Good morning! Good morning! Hello everyone, it's me, Maxi, your navigator here in cyberspace. Welcome! Hello three-dimensional beings, I am your polygonal, low-poly navigator. What's up? It's Monday. No, it's Tuesday! Welcome to Tuesday, also known as the New Monday. New Monday, same as the old Monday.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hi Dale, hi Dallas, hello. Welcome to the pre-show. Welcome to the pre-show. The song. Let me bump up the music. Have you heard of bump up the music? Bump up the jams. Are you familiar with the concept of bumping up? Are you familiar with Charlie XCX's 365? Maybe it's time to party girl it up a little bit. Maybe as a treat we can party girl it up. Hi Werewolf. Werewolf says, Tuesday has always been second Monday. You know what? It's early for a quote. But I dig it. I dig it, honestly. Werewolf, this might be your first quote for Elf. This might be your first quote. I'm even gonna put the 7800 in your name. I think that's funny. Alright, let's see. Is Nightbot awake? Nightbot. Hello, Nightbot. Wake up. Nightbot, wake up. There we go. There is Nightbot. Yeah. Werewolf, welcome to quote 1068, by the way. It's just early. It's not early. I'm just sleepy. Hi, May. Hello.
Welcome back.
I've been waiting for this.
Yo, hi, Siska.
Welcome.
How y'all doing, punks? Dale asked for a quote and got 261. Yo, Majesty, I've arrived to show you some messed up little guys. Chips 2023. Hope all are well today, says May. I'm doing. I will be 100% honest with you. I am running on very few spoons today. Very few action points. You got me doing the thing where I'm opening my battery compartment and flipping the batteries around, thinking that maybe I'll get more energy that way. Siska says, I hope all are on well today.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Got me. You got me. Okay, okay. I like Dallas is reading through DSM and giving me notes. Okay, I'm really sorry about that line. Okay, I didn't mean that line to sound so cutting. I really did not intend it for it. I wrote the first 2 pages of the book at 4 in the morning, the day of the jam ending for me. That's why the layouts for page 1 and 2 are not complex. May says it's like empty lighters. Shake them and suddenly they aren't empty anymore. I never had the. Does May have a lighter? Does May smoke? Yo, I never even considered the idea of May smoking. There is a kind of incredible. I do not smoke, but I have a lighter. I like fire. Okay. Yeah. Traditional fairy behavior.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I do like the mental image of like a fairy godmother just with a cigarette in her mouth. There's something about that really appeals to me. Anyways, it's 11 a.m. in sunny California. The showtime, the pre-show is over. It's time for showtime. At the count of 3, 2, 1, and... Boop. Hello, everyone. It's me, Maxi, your navigator. My pronouns are they, them. I'm here. I'm still sleepy, as you can tell from the fact that I'm literally in my blankets. Siska said earlier regarding May having a lighter is that May has some delicious smelling scented candles. I wish I could have candles again. I haven't been able to have scented candles since we got the chillas because the chemicals released by most scented candles are toxic to chillas. So rip me for real. So many delicious candles. I will say though, one of my favorite things to do hanging out with the butts is you go down to Bath and Body Works and you smell the candles, and then whenever you find a foul smelling one, you're like, dude, smell this, you know? Make your own. I mean, I guess, yeah, you know what? You're right, Siska. Why didn't I think of that? Anyways, my name is Maxi. Your pronouns are they, them. I already told you that, but I'm going to tell you again because I don't care. Also, by the way, is Maxi's stonks working today? Let's try. By the way, fellas, I've done some preliminary changes to the stonk system. The currency is now called saps, by the way. There you go. But Max, my stock is worth 10 saps a pop? Excuse me? Wow, anyone could buy a Maxi stock right now. Exclamation mark, buy Maxi. Anyone could buy Maxi stock right now. Apparently my stock is only worth 10 zaps. That's nothing. By the way, you can only buy one Maxi at a time and you have a 60-second, This doesn't have enough saps? Does Siska not have enough saps? What? Siska, do exclamation mark saps. How does one acquire saps? By watching this stream? And I guess the mods could give each other saps, really. Let me double check real quick. Yeah, just do exclamation mark saps. Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah. It appears that... Let me fix that chat message. Username has... User zaps. Okay. Someone try exclamation mark saps again. Let's try that again. That command is definitely broken. I was fixing this 10 minutes before the stream went live. That's not true. That's a lie. I'm lying. I was fixing it 30 minutes before the stream went live. There you go. Yo, May has 500 saps. Let me double check the buy Maxi command. Make sure that it's actually checking for saps. No, you know what? That's what I am. It's actually. There's an issue in the programming. I have fixed it now. Someone try buying themselves a Maxi, by the way. It should now work. It was actually calling the previous instance of the value that I was tracking for the stonks. Last stream, if anybody watched it, I don't know how stocks work, so I had a buy and sell price be separate. Now there's just one value. Let's see, will the command go for Siska? Let me double check that it's also not a global timer. Also, this song is a little bit too hype for me right now. Could we like maybe skip this track, thank you? Okay, I'm looking at the buy Maxi. 60 seconds per person? No. And anyone can use this command, but it's locked for 60 seconds. Okay, we're gonna just do a standard 5-second cooldown on this. There you go. I have fixed it now. That was page 7 of DSM. Makes explicit the thought I had about Avatar 2009. What even is page 9? Yeah, we'll get about what. No, page 7. Page 7. We'll get there. We're gonna go through the whole book today. I'm gonna try buying my own stock. Is that even allowed? Let's see. Does it work now? Now that I put a cooldown on it. I really should just do a stream where I fix this live. So the way it works is that it first checks if you have the correct... Oh, god damn it! I now see why it doesn't work. It's actually asking for the wrong one. I'm using Mix It Up, by the way. Okay, fellas, you may now purchase Maxi stock now. It should now work. It has a 5-second cooldown, so you all can't buy it at the same time. But it should now work, by the way. What was happening is that the command for buy Maxi, it first checks if you... Oh, there it is! It first checks if you have enough saps to buy it. And if you don't have enough saps, it tells you a message that you failed. The second check is that it checks if you have more, and if you do, it reducts your saps and it gives you 1 Maxi stonk. There you go. And by the way, anytime the stock is purchased, the value of the stock changes. So for instance, I believe it is Maxi stonks. So if you call for Maxi stonks, now Maxi stonks are worth 15 saps a pop, by the way. There's my new entry into the stream, I suppose. Yeah, Dale just bought himself another Maxi stock for 15 zaps. Alright, and there you go. Y'all have fun. Yo, Dallas purchased one for 14 zaps. Price went down. Yeah, so now enjoy the minigame now. Now, is there a command to see how many Maxis you own? I don't think there is. I could tell you. I will add a command so you could check. Actually, no, you can actually check how many you have. Hi, Baines. Hello.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Yo, Baines, I'm telling you right now, you're in for a good time. Because first, it begins with you saying, my fiancé. But then once you get married, you can be like, I can't believe my wife is doing this. And that's the best. Buy low, sell high, and print just enough money so that it works out for now. So by the way, if you do exclamation mark user Maxi, I believe it tells you how many Maxis you have, perhaps. Let's see if this command works, by the way. Alternatively, you could also do the command exclamation mark top 10 Maxi. You could also do top 10 Maxi to see who has the top 10 most Maxis. Right now it's probably Dale. Probably Dale buying Maxis at like the lowest price of 15 zaps. I do feel like I'm gonna have to like... Man. None of the commands are working? You're really telling me these are not working, huh? Yeah, so you cannot... Okay. Retroactively give Maxis? Absolutely not. You have to buy your own Maxis. Wouldn't it be... You know what? How about we stop worrying about the zaps for now, and we actually get working to what the stream is supposed to actually be about? I know that I'm tired because my brain is just going like, you know, bit by bit. We'll figure it out. At least buying and selling Maxis now works, by the way. If you would like to check the price of Maxis, exclamation mark Maxi stonks. We'll tell you that. We will be adding new stonks for all of the mods and friends and concepts. Yeah, by the way, Maxi stonks are currently worth 12 saps a pop, by the way. Yep. Let's just say anytime anybody buys Maxis, there's a dice roll that modifies the price with different ranges depending on what magic number you rolled. Anytime they're sold, and there are some secret triggers that I'm not gonna tell you just yet. Alright, so what are we doing today? Let me just unlock my little tabletto. What does that quote mean? Quote 1004? Chippy is the equivalent of answering B on a test. What does that mean? That feels like a mean quote. Why is Nomiya so mean? Anyways, so as some of you know, oh yeah, by the way, new command in chat, by the way, exclamation mark DSM should activate a little a little post telling you about Deus Sex Machina, if it works. If Mix It Up wakes up. Mix it up. Mix it up, don't let me down. You have one job, mix it up. I mean, the reality is that if Mix It Up doesn't work, it's probably because I messed up. It's probably because I messed up. It's probably because I put way too many words in the trigger. Let's try this again. And what if I just press play just to send it, huh? There it is! Alright, that's a lot of emojis there. Deus Ex Machina is a hot as hell mecha TTRPG about killing fascists, get into robot chat, download plus please, rated 5 stars. That's right! Deus Ex Machina is available. How about I just click on my own link? There you go. It's available now! Please consider downloading it and rating it 5 stars. That actually helps a lot. I will say, I'm actually kind of surprised at how well received the game has been. First and foremost, there are some errors in the book. The book is not without its mistakes. But also, I don't know how to say this. But I had a worse release when it came to people being angry at me when I released Iron Valley than when I released DSM. Because DSM has a louder page about like, hey, if you're a bigot, get the fuck out. I don't care about you. I don't want you to be here. Iron Valley has the same page, but I got so many comments when that game came out. Probably because of the 18+. I don't know, man. I almost feel like that would attract even more people. But yeah, no, I haven't gotten a single person being like, oh wow, so much for the tolerant left. But yeah, so what is the plan for today? What are we doing here today? Well, first and foremost, today is my first stream of the week, of a relatively busy week, by the way. Maxi, is this thumbnail a reference to Steve Jobs revealing the iPhone? Absolutely not. Wow, whatever gave you that idea? Anyways, so, I want to take a minute to actually sit down with y'all and outline what needs to happen on the show, the stream, my personal plans, and also what's going to happen with DSM. I would like to update DSM. Hi, Chase! Hi, Chase!
Welcome back.
I would like to update DSM to fix a bunch of the little problems and start working towards where we go next. Personally, I feel like there are some things still missing from DSM that I would very much like to fix. The game is feature complete. It has everything I want it to be in there for a version 1. But I would very much like to make more content for it. More mechs, more enemies, more features. You know, we'll take it from there. Now, before we talk and start working about today, let me tell you about the plan for this week. Welcome to Tuesday. By the way, oh, hi Jada! Hi Jada!
Welcome back.
Hello, welcome in. People have asked me what does the little signal mean on the schedule, and the signal represents my energy level, or the energy level you can expect for that stream. And I know what you're thinking, Maxi, you are passing out right now live on stream. This is your high energy stream for the week? Yes. This is as high energy as it's gonna get, baby. It only gets more or less energy from there. But let me walk you through what's gonna happen this week, okay? Today, we're gonna work on DSM. Tomorrow on Wednesday, I'm actually going to be on Nomia's stream teaching them how to play Deus Ex Machina. We're gonna do a walkthrough of the rules, and we're gonna do some missions. Nomia is a big old tactics nerd. I think they're very much gonna enjoy DSM. On the 27th, that's this coming Thursday, I'm gonna be doing a Supermarket Together collab with Siska and Plague and whoever else wants to join so far. We're all going to be going in for our shift at Trader Joe's. That's right, it is Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's. It's a fun, silly little free game where you just work at a supermarket. On the 28th, we'll be back to working on DSM. On the 29th is D&D, Dungeons and Dragons with Siska and the Blue Lamp. That's right, baby. Omni is back. And on the 30th, wrapping up this incredibly busy week, Monster Hunter World with a Nomia stream. I know what you're thinking, Maxi, this is a lot of streams. How are you gonna get all the energy to go through all of this? And the reality is that half of these are streams I'm doing on someone else's channel, and that automatically lowers the amount of energy required, right? I don't have to keep track of everything. When I'm on Nomia's stream, or I'm playing D&D, or I'm just playing Monhun. In fact, even though the D&D stream is like one of the longest streams that I do by far, it's like at least 4 hours. Because I'm part of a cast of like 6 other people, and you know, and I've talked about this before, but like, you know, the game master does half of the talking during a TTRPG campaign. So in a 4-hour stream, Siska is doing half of the talking. Siska is yapping for 2 hours, okay? The other 2 hours are split relatively evenly between the other, you know, 4 or 5 party members. So at most, as Omni, I need to talk like 30 minutes. 30 minutes of talking spread out over 4 hours is not that bad. So that's why I'm perfectly okay with, like, I have a big week, yeah, but I'm still doing D&D because I love D&D and I love Siska, and I really missed playing Omni last session. So that's the plan for this week. I've been playing a lot of Monhun, but we can talk more about that later. So I have in front of me, let me just move you over here. Okay. Dallas is offering a suggestion of maybe a safety page to just tell people if they're overwhelmed, they have explicit permission to just take a step back and take a breath out of game. Maybe. I'm gonna be honest, like, I understand where you're coming from, Dallas. I almost wonder if it would almost be a little, I don't know if I want to say infantilizing, because I'm like, it feels a little weird. I guess, I don't know. Like, I understand where it's coming from, but a part of me is almost like, I don't know, if you're playing this game, I must assume that you understand you can just stop reading whenever you want, whenever you feel like it. I don't know. Anyways, let me just begin first by turning on the timer. We're gonna go through all the feedback that I've gotten so far. We're gonna make a big list, but first I wanna do a list of things that need to happen for Maxi. So there's 3 plots going on for me. I need to update the big ol' social media. No worries, werewolf. See you later. The social media update. So if you follow me on social media, you know that I still have my previous model's imagery. I re-debuted as a low poly Vtuber back in freaking December, and I'm still wearing my previous art style. I haven't updated my website in like half a year, if not more than that. We gotta change that. So, you know, there is the, update all the aesthetics. Now, and you may be thinking, Maxi, why is this even on the list of things regarding DSM? You must remember that I am one person with limited time, and I've been postponing doing this big update, so something's gotta give. Which this includes, of course, new icon, new banner. The new banner will just be literally my new logo. You've seen it on the schedule. New banner, logo, easy peasy. New icon, probably use the 3D model. 3D model plus make it pretty. Kind of like what I did when I'm thinking of doing for my new icon is I'm thinking of doing what I did for my birthday stream. So if you look at the thumbnail for my birthday stream, it is essentially the 3D model, but I ended up making edits. Like, I added extra lines. You can actually see like the aliasing, I guess, of like taking the 3D model and just baking it into an image. But I'm thinking, yeah, just redraw the face on it, add black lines to add more like definition to like where the the different polygons of the model like touch, and just boom, there you go. Export that, boom, easy peasy lemon squeezy, new social media icon, easy. Some cell shading would be nice. Yeah, for sure. The other thing I need to do I haven't done this in forever. A YouTube subscribe lower left icon. This will take 2 seconds. Yo, hi Hans. Hi Hans says, this is your daily reminder to fear the old blood. Also, hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome in. A new social media description. Probably stolen. Same as new website. Gotta update the website. I'm legitimately thinking I'm gonna, instead of having a nice fancy website, I'm gonna make it as much web 1.0 as possible, because I miss back when the internet was so easy to parse. Dale says, speaking of daily, are we doing dailies today? I think we're gonna do dailies today. Considering my energy levels, I think here's what the plan right now is: to outline all Maxi needs to do, including DSM. After that, start taking steps towards updating DSM, and then make this an actual list, by the way. And then once there's 30 minutes left in stream, 30 minutes left on stream, dailies. That's pretty much the plan. That's pretty much the plan that I have in my mind, by the way, in case you're wondering what's gonna happen today. This song, as always, way too intense. Much better. So what else? I have a little note in front of me, by the way. A new pin post. Oh, I gotta love a new pin post, of course. And this one needs to be on B-Sky and Tumblr. Perfect. Okay, and before all of this, there's the big note. Siska says, Maxi have a new incredible news. I'm learning a new Monhun weapon. Yo, what you learning? Yeah, I'm back to my Monhun BS, by the way. So I can talk about Monhun for 2 seconds while I reset. So I let my friends down. I stopped playing Monhun because I had a lot of stuff going on, and we did one Monhun stream with Nomiya, and it was a terrible stream. No, we had fun, but I was a bad player. So I realized, you know what? It's time for me to get back to it, and I'm back to it. I have gone through a long series of personal growth. You will not believe. You know what, Siska? I'm gonna guess what weapon you're playing, but you're gonna have to guess what weapon I'm playing, because I have given up. I've given up my hammerish ways. Bonk is no longer life. Bonk is no longer life. Don't talk to me. I don't believe in bonk anymore. Oh, we'll talk about that, Dalos. Now, what weapon is Siska playing? Y'all don't even know. Siska, I think Siska does not want a slow weapon. I'm pretty sure it has to be a fast weapon for Siska. Dual blades. I'm gonna go with dual blades. Siska has gone the anime route. Siska has decided to have the power of God and anime on her side. Ding ding ding! Fucking got it. Still got it, baby. Still got it. Yeah, no. Siska loves to spin. If there's one thing I know, all trans girls love to spin. You know, put a trans girl in a carousel and she's happy. Spinska? That's a great name. Siska guessed that I was playing Insect Glaive. Absolutely not. Get the hell out of here with Insect Glaive. I went through a journey of self-discovery. What's the Seinfeld quote? Rochelle, a young woman's erotic journey from Milan to Minsk. It was Maxi, a VTuber's self-discovery journey from Hammer to Heavy Bogan. Except, hold up, there's a twist. So, I gave up on Hammer because I didn't feel like Hammer no more. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to my old favorite. I'm gonna go back to Heavy Bogan. And I was playing Heavy Bogan. I built like 7 Heavy Bogans, and I was not happy with the Heavy Bogan. The Bogan was heavy, sure, but was it bow enough? What were my enemies bowing before me? And I decided to do something that I've never done before. I have never doubled up on a weapon before. You know, I'm like, if someone is playing a weapon, I'm not gonna double up on that. You know, I'm not gonna do that. You know, Nomiya is playing Switch Axe. I'm never gonna be another Switch Axe user. That's bad. That's bad juju. Chippy's playing Charge Blade. Nomiya's playing freaking Switch Axe. But there was something I'd never done before. In all my years of playing Monster and Hunter, I've never once wielded the powerful, the incredible, the beautiful, my wife's weapon of choice, the light bogan. Oh, how she sung to me. Oh, like a siren. She pulled my ship into the harsh what like rocks. My ship crashed against the rocks, and I LGBT, thank you, and I fell into the waters. I've made a bunch of light bogans, and if you're wondering what build I'm doing in Monster Hunter World, I'm doing a karma build because I am a bastard. Yeah, so I've been playing light bogan. You know what? Rapid fire ammo kind of goes off. I'm not gonna lie. Rapid fire ammo, rapid fire spread level 1, just shotgunning all over a monster's face nonstop. Literally 3 times as much ammunition before having to make new ammo. Are you kidding me? How is that legal? Who decided that was like a good thing to do? Hans. What did Dal say about page 22? Oh, you mean it's this one? When does it end? Yeah, okay, yeah. Yo, Kendra's here. Hi, Kendra.
Hey, bud.
Siska says that Monster Hunter Wilds wants it to have a main set and an offset, so I'm going for longsword and dual blades. Hell yeah, that's fun. One day I'll play Wilds. Someday. Okay, Siska, you're lucky your stonks are not available yet, because I would have said stonks go down. Oh, by the way, Mods, I want to remind you, by the way, that you can at any point invoke Maxi's stonks going down or up by using !Maxi up or Maxi down in all caps. So, for instance, if you wanted Maxi to do good, you would say Maxi up in chat. Dallas says VIP cuts off on page 28. I know. Ocean pointed that out. By the way, Maxi stonks are currently worth 16 saps a pop. By the way, if you would like to purchase some Maxi stonks. But you're lucky, by the way, Siska. If there was a Siska stonk available, I would have done Siska down. So Mods, by the way, if at any point I say something that is, yo, Hans has a lot of saps. That's a lot of saps. 820 saps. Hans could do ! Buy Maxi and get themselves a fresh, new, crisp Maxi stonk. Anyways, now Maxi, when are you gonna add the ticker that shows like the value of the stonks as they change naturally during the course of the stream? Later? Not now. Damn, Dale has a lot of zaps. Mostly because Dale figured out a way to, like, have infinite money last time, but, you know, am I gonna take away Dale's money? Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. Anywho, let me double... I just realized something, and I would like to double check it real quick. Let me just double check. Maxi. The Maxi stonk. It is just called Maxi, okay? It is not the primary system, perfect. But Maxi, that would be communism. Oh no. Anyway, so what else do we need to do for the big update, by the way? Kendra says I have no stonks. I'm gonna bomb rush adding the Kendra stock because I feel like Kendra's stonk would be the most volatile, and I'm okay with that. I'm gonna add like a custom command that like if Kendra says the word sorry, the Kendra stonk like plummets in value. So what else do I need? I also need the big website update. This website update is gonna be all like minimalistic, web 1.0, GeoCities style. Simple and clean is the way that you are making me feel tonight. It's hard to let it go. What else is in my list of things? This is a big thing I need to do. I'm gonna highlight you because I know that this, but I probably have to do this before I can finish anything else. Probably, I'm gonna put a little lock in here to kind of represent the fact that this needs to be done first. I also have on my list of things that need to happen is this is low priority. Let's put an arrow pointing down. Mix it up, update. I have not moved. This is gonna be. I might just do a stream where I fix this. I need to move all the quotes. Move all the quotes from Nightbot to mix it up. Check community commands for cool shit to use on stream. That might mean misspelling things, which is moving fast. I also, oh my god, I have to redraw the zooms. God, this is a stream, by the way. This is a stream. Redraw all the zooms. Gotta redraw all the zooms because like half of my friends look different now. Like I can't have Kendra be Roach Boy. I feel like I have to edit Kendra to be like. Let me go find the picture that I have of Roach Boy so you know. No, it's not that. It's not that. Where did I put all of the... I have so many icons that I've drawn for Kendra, by the way. See, love this icon of Kendra. That's a great icon of Kendra. Love this icon of Kendra. I love that one too. That one's good. Remember when I made Kendra a Fugi? And they just never used it? Remember when I drew Kendra a Fugi? There's so many. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there you go. You know, I made this little image of all my friends, and I'm like, here we have Kendra, as Roach Boy, and I'm like, I feel like all I need to do is just change the hair color to blue, and then instead of being Roach theme, it's just like Ash from the Evil Dead theme. Just put some blood on there and a chainsaw pin, and that's done. The second one was Milo from Atlantis. You know it. He's a trans mask icon. It's true. Kendra, you should just do it. You should just do it. Life is too short for you to have regrets. Especially when it's like, oh no, should I post these photos of me looking hot as hell? What about the guy from Treasure Planet? That one's also good. That's another trans mask treasure. The Stonks entertainment system needs to be added. And I think all the links to all the things I sell. All the commands for all my friends. Della says, is it possible with some theoretical leg design to have an unwinnable combat due to range? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that I purposefully made it so that every leg is able to have a combination of things where they can move things in a particular range, methinks. I mean, I guess that, like, if you get yourself a... No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I made it so all the legs can basically shuffle things into any range. Kendra says mutuals, oomfies, if you will. Can you all start fighting me in 30 minutes to work on the text messages I'm hiding from? Okay, all right. Let me just. What's a good place? What's a good way to do that? It's a design consideration for third-party things. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, like, we'll talk about design in DSM in a moment, but like, I almost feel like I would rather have that safety net off to add for more interesting design options. I don't know. So this is all the big old social media update. After this, I mean, in relation to this is DSM's first update, and after this, once all this is done, there's something I've been postponing forever. It needs to be done. Maxi reads Kate's book. I have been postponing this. This is the most important thing that I need to do this upcoming month. If I can get started this month, probably not gonna happen. Let's be entirely honest. But I want this is the plan. This is what we're here for. I want to get all this shit done, or at least get up most of it done, so that I can just read Kate's book in peace, and then after that, I don't know, take a vacation or something. Like, and I want to make it clear that we'll be doing most of the DSM work on stream. Most of it will be on stream, so that way I can have my off-stream time be working on reading Kate's book. I know for a fact that if I, once I sit down to do it, I'll get it done, and then we can worry about what happens next with all this other stuff. But, gotta give it the time it needs. That's just life. I promised my friend I would read their book, and gosh doodly darn it, I'm gonna freaking do it! So, let's talk about DSM's first update. So, now we're actually at the thing you all came here to watch. That's not true. You're just here because you just like to hear me yap. That's what it is. Someone is tucking into bed being like, oh, finally. At last, Maxi's just gonna yap some more. Now I can go to sleep. I have 5 minutes left in this cycle. Perfect. So, what needs to happen? First off, fix the errors. We're gonna go through the books through the book together. Page numbers are still a problem. Han says, I'm here to get rich on zaps or die trying. That's fair. Speaking of zaps, how much is the Maxi stonk worth right now? How much yo, Maxis are currently worth 16 saps a pop, by the way. All I'm saying is that they could go to the moon. We could go to the moon. Yo, Siska's buying herself a brand new Maxi. Let's go. Yo, Dallas is selling high? Yo, okay, so after Siska bought stonks, the stonks went up to 20, and Dallas sold their Maxi stonk for 20 zaps. That's a six zaps profit. Nice. Yeah, currently Maxi stonks are worth 20 zaps a pop. Dallas was clean with that. Yeah, there you go. I do want to make it clear that, like, the value of the sap changes randomly after it is bought or purchased. So that was lucky in Dallas's end. It could have been bad. If I sell, I double my money, but I also lose the first stonk. See, that's true. That's true. You can have more than one stonk, by the way. Page numbers is still a problem. I think I bought it for 13. I believe you bought it for 14. I remember because it was like the second stonk that got sold. And it was right after Dale bought it for like 10. Alright, so where was I? I'm thinking. So what are problems with DSM? The page numbers is still a problem. That needs to be fixed. What I would like to do now... What else is the problem? I can now close my little tablet. Perfect. I don't need you. So there's also mission type 4 has the wrong flavor text. Let me look through the Discord real quick and check what Ocean said. I believe Ocean Strings left a bit of feedback, and I appreciate that. Yeah, those are the two things that Ocean Strings pointed out. Yeah, okay. Okay, Dreamer said that they wanted a reminder on the clock, on the mission flow, to remind you that you increase danger at the end of every square, or is it triangle? I forget, one of those. Okay, I will add a note about that. Mission flow, add that you increase danger by 1. What else did people say on the Discord? Yeah. Step 4. Okay, yeah. Step 4 of attacking has page XX. Yeah. Yep. That is a mistake. We know that attacking has the issue. I probably will just do a search for page, and make sure the numbers are right. Okay. And I feel like after this, I think we can just start looking through the book, methinks. Because I have the book. I got the book for you right here. Yeah, there's 2 things I forgot to add literally on the main screen. There's 2 things. Additions. For page 1, literally for page 1. Page 1, press start. I need to first off, I forgot to have the line. Add the line, any resemblance to people living or dead or fictional is a coinkydink. There you go. I need to have that, and I also need to have a link to the document that I'm gonna make link to doc with all the links to all the photos I used. Thank you, Dallas. Dallas said, several Lancer books released with page XX and a D&D 3.5 splat book had check TOE in a table. So you're on par with professional publications. That actually makes me very happy. It makes me very happy. So I'm on break. I'm gonna do the right thing, and I'm gonna get up, and I'm gonna stretch, even though I just want to sit in place and never get up ever again. Dude, after stream, I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna take a nap after stream. It's gonna be so good. Oh baby. Oh baby. Temple of Elemental Evil. Oh, that's funny. All right, Phyllis, we're on break. Feel free to ask me anything. This is the part of the stream where we can, we get a little bit silly. I'm on my feet. I'm stretching. Okay. I'm gonna do some stretches. The camera's all borked. Don't worry about it. Kendra says, Maxi, do you want to watch a movie with me? Do I ever? Is it do I ever or don't I ever? Okay, this is definitely not a link to Never Gonna Give You Up. Frankenstein Conquers the World? Okay. Why not? I will say, though, we're not allowed to... Okay, the following sounds mean. I promise I don't mean it as it comes off. Nomia's not invited for movie night anymore. Nomia, I hate movies. I don't like watching movies. Shows up to movie night. Yes, they are. Nomia is invited to movie night. Nomia's invited to movie night. No, nothing bad happened. It's just yesterday on Nomia's stream, they were talking about how they don't like to watch movies. And then I'm like, then why did you show up to movie night? Siska says, sorry, I didn't show up last time. Why are you apologizing? You know? Timing issues happen to people. You know, don't worry about it. I mean, like, also, Ronnie was there, so it's kind of like you were there. You know, because, you know, when you date someone, you become them. You know what? Frankenstein Conquers the World, 1965, directed by Ishiro Honda. A fearsome kaiju, a mad neo-antagonistic kaiju, a golden entertainment epic of Japan-US collaboration. During World War II, Germans obtained the immortal heart of Frankenstein's monster and transported to Japan to prevent it being seized by the Allies? Huh? Kept in a Hiroshima laboratory, it is seemed lost when the United States destroys the city with the atomic bomb. Years later, a wild boy is discovered wandering the streets of the city alone, born of the immortal heart. Holy crap. This is cinema. This is bat shit. All tokusatsu is about World War II, is it? Hell yeah. This is wild as hell. I love it. This is cinema. This is why I love the movies. This is why I love the movies. Why can't Nomiya see that this is why we all love the movies? Anyways, so we're back to work, by the way. See, the thing that gets me is that, like, Nomiya yesterday on stream admitted that they're watching a TV show. And they're, like, ashamed of it. And I'm like, bro, you can just watch stuff, bro. Siska says, that sounds like a plot point from my D&D notes. Hell yeah. I love that. So okay, so before we go back to work, so last Sunday, Plakesworth, Kitty, and I, we participated once again in Season of Discovery. SOD, which is our nickname for when we go to a nearby town and we go to places we have never been to before. We discover new things. While we were in Season of Discovery, we discovered that there's a shop in a shopping center that we have been to before, but we haven't been to this part of the shopping center. There's a place where you can just imagine that it's an arts and craft place, but they do all the setup for you. So you just show up with your friends and you just paint, you know, on a canvas, right? Alternatively, and this is the cool part, because, you know, yeah, you go to a place and you paint. Yeah, whatever, Max. I'm sleeping, okay? But get ready for this shit, okay? Get ready for this shit, okay? This arts and crafts place lets you make your own fucking rug. That's right. That's right. They have the entire setup. They have the guns. They have the thread. They have everything. You can make your own gun. You can make your own. You can make your own gun. You can make your own rug. And I'm like, dude, that's dope. We should do that. So we're putting that on the list of Season of Discovery. Kendra says some of it might age bad. I'm gonna put it, you know, whatever I make. Like, you know that when we do, I'm gonna make sketches in advance. I'm gonna be ready. And you know, I'm gonna go all out. Yo, Del says we have a synth library at our dying mall. Oh, you mean Killer Tumbleweeds may have a few bad age jokes. I mean, like, I almost feel like they're a little bit like... So, okay, so Keaton and I, we watched Bill and Ted's Crazy Adventure. And there is a dropping of the F slur, but it happens in a way that is kind of comical, now in retrospect. Thank you. It's excellent adventure. Thank you. So, like, you know, like, we're like, oh, wow. Wow, they really did say that in the movie, huh? But now we're like, we can reclaim that. We can reclaim this. Like, my favorite ever in Freddy vs. Jason? Yeah, pretty much. They do also drop it twice in Bogus Journey. Dale is correct. Dale's got me. If no one's got me, Dale's got me. So, What? Okay, so what are the other additions that I'm adding to the book, Maxi? So page 1 is gonna have the press start, of course. I'm gonna add a line here that says any resemblance to people living or dead is purely coincidental. I forgot to put that in there. Someone's gonna say that, Maxi, that's no legal protection. Yeah, but I feel like I want to put that in there. By the way, Kendall, have you know that during our Season of Discovery hangout, I was non-stop referencing the "I'll get you for this, you monster" beep. I kept saying it. I'll get you for this, you monster beep. It's a good quote. It's a good quote. Much like, you know, what kind of a beep wears a Christmas sweater in October? Yeah, no, it's a fair point. It's a fair point. So one of the big additions, by the way, you know, it will be the document. So the document, doc with all the links to all. I literally just photos used doc. I'm gonna have an online document with all the gosh doodly darn photos I used for this book. What else do I need to add to the book? What are the new additions? I guess let's just look through the book now, okay? So welcome to hello there. My name is M. Kirin. My name is Maxi, also known as M. Kirin, and I'm gonna walk through my book Deus Sex Machina. Just approximately 52 minutes into the stream. So this is my latest game. I would like to do it's not a formal apology because I have nothing to apologize for. I said don't do it, but I want to offer an olive branch to Rudy. Rudy is a member of our Discord who is I don't know how to say this in a way that it won't come off as mean. So I'm just gonna say it. He's insane. He's insane because he has made physical hand paper-bound copies of TTRPGs, including, but not limited to, Iron Valley. Rudy has a physical copy of Iron Valley that he hand-bound himself. So when I said I was releasing Deus Ex Machina, Rudy was like, I'm gonna book bind that bitch. I believe that's exactly what Rudy said. I believe Rudy said, Rudy undid the buttons of his jacket to reveal a shirt that read in bold letters, "I'ma book bind that bitch," but in Polish, so, you know, I couldn't read it at the time. And I told Rudy, Rudy, you can't book bind this game. I made this book. Even the orientation of this book is because I know that. Wait, hold up. Where are my eyes? Where are my eyes? No. There we go. Bind that. He said kurwa. Is kurwa the Polish word for bitch? Siska, may I have context for what this means in Polish? So I told Rudy, you know, don't worry about it, okay? Kurwa. Korwa? Korwa. It's a general Polish word. What, just like general? It's just like what? Like the dollar store? Like, it's like, yeah, you could buy like the fancy swear word. You could buy the store brand. Is kurwa? Maxi doesn't know kurwa? Guys, why would I know? Why would I know? Why would I know? Why would I know Polish swear words? I got enough of those in Mexico. Why would I need any more swear words? Watch this. I don't know if I can watch this live on video. You guys are so cute, by the way. I believe it means something like crap. Dallas, much like kusa. Yeah, I think it's similar to the Japanese kusa. Living in Illinois for most of my life, I should know this, but it's new to me as well. Yeah, see, Dale says, I know what pendejo means. There's a lot of Mexican swear words. I never felt like I needed to branch out and get more swear words, you know? Okay, Kendra, don't even try. Don't even try, Kendra. I swear to God, Kendra, don't even fucking try. You know what? I'm grabbing a piece of paper. You know what? Fellas, how low do you think Kendra stock should open at? 5 saps? 4 saps? 4 saps? What do you think? What do you think? I'm gonna do literally minus Kendra. There's no Kendra available for sale right now. I like that Siska says Kolva is like the German Schweize, or the Finnish Vitu, or the Swedish Helvetica? Scheiße, thank you. I like Siska's like, here's all these other swear words you don't know how to pronounce or know what they mean. Curva sounds too much like a little creature in Monster Hunter. You know? It's like, dude, what you got? I got some Corva scales. I got some Corva fangs. You know, like, oh, so we gotta go back to low rank and fight the Corva because I need it for my high rank weapon. Anyway, so you maybe know. So Della said earlier that this is a book that you make into a zine. I almost don't even know if it's compatible with the zine. I purposefully made this book in portrait orientation as opposed to in landscape orientation as opposed to portrait. Because most people who are gonna play this game, at least in this incarnation, are gonna play it on their computer. And one thing I disliked about TTRPGs is that I feel like we haven't figured out what the hell we're doing. If we are selling our TTRPGs with the intention of them being printed out, or if we just acknowledge that people are going to be using them on their computer. So I said, fuck it. This is a visually appealing PDF meant to be looked at on a computer. It is not meant to be printed. Don't even try. I did not worry about things like bleed. Let me turn the AC on. It's getting hot in here. I'm talking about bleed and typesetting. Oh man, it's getting hot in here. Also, please excuse the background noise. If you can hear my AC, know that it's either that or not getting a stream. So there you go. So page 1 and 2, page 1 and 3 actually. Page 1 and 3. Actually, page 1, 2, and 3. I'm not happy with their visual design and language on them. I'm really not. Della says maybe an HTML port, perhaps. I do love CSS. CSS is my other beloved. Maxi, I follow you on Bluesky. You have a lot of beloveds, Maxi. Could you please rank them real quick? Okay. Number 1 beloved is index cards. After index cards is probably any game by Sean Tompkin. And after that, there's probably like 5 more things. No. Kitty is my true beloved. Kitty is my Shin beloved, okay? Kitty is not even in like Kitty is in a different league altogether, okay? Someone clip that, don't clip this. Like Kitty is my super Shin beloved, okay? Like Kitty is on a completely different power scale. You know? These are things that I love. But my wife is like a different super love, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Kitty's my Shin Godzilla. There you go. Yeah. And somewhere on like 7 maybe on that list is CSS. I mean, like I love my wife so much. I dedicated the book to my wife. Hence why I have the dedication for Kitty, drift compatible forever. That's right. My wife and I, we're gay. You ever consider the fact that maybe I'm gay?
Dude, that's gay.
Yeah. Kitty is the Super Saiyan Goku to the Yamcha CSS. It's true. Counter-Strike sources on the 7th. Oh, 7th. Hans, I don't know what to tell you. I feel like in an alternate universe, maybe I like Counter-Strike, but I am not a fan of once you die, you're out of the round kind of games. One of the comments on the itch.io, accurately pointed out that yes, you're correct. The logo for the Deus Sex part of it is inspired by a plastic spruce of a model kit. You're correct. I had a lot of fun. I felt really smart once I figured that out. I'm like, oh, that's like a smart way of like doing this. I wanted to. I did not. I want you to understand. I was working on this game. The night leading into the game, the day when I released this game, I did not sleep through the night. I stayed up working on the game, and it's 4 a.m. and I have not made spreads 1 and 3. So this is why these two spreads do not have a particularly good graphic design. I kind of just said, fuck it, make another spruce. I don't think it's good. I'm gonna put a list of things that I would like to maybe do to DSM eventually. Things to maybe later change in DSM, maybe. And one of them is, of course, update spreads 1 to 3. Now, Maxi, in case anybody's wondering, by the way, the way that I created the effect that there's a page fold in the center that, this runs through the entire book, by the way. There's a pseudo page fold. That is literally just an image. It is literally just an overlay. For anybody who's concerned about how I did that, it is quite literally. Where do I have it? I desperately need to clean my computer. It's a mess of files everywhere. Where did I put you? Where did I leave the image? It's in here somewhere. There it is! Yeah, there you go. Here it is. It's dark on one side, it's light on the other side. That's it. You gotta work smart, not hard. That's literally all there is to it. So, Maxi, why do you want to change spread number 2? This is literally the first spread that I made for the game, and I went a little bit way too hard on this. I'm also not sure about like the visual reading here. Someone pointed out by the way that like this font is a little bit hard to read. It's stylized, sure, but it's hard to read. I know that this clearly says bigots of all kinds, but one person was bigots of all kinos, and I'm like, that's clearly a D because the O is visible in the same sentence multiple times. Nonetheless. Oh, by the way, Kendra's been half an hour, by the way, Kendra. Kendra, by the way, reply to the texts you've been trying not to reply to, by the way. Let's treat... Ronnie says, I was the person. Thank you, Ronnie. I will also say that, like, the order in which you're supposed to read this page is not, like, super well. I know that I said on Blue Sky that I don't hate skeletons, but then I guess I made skeletons the bad guys in this game, so what do I know? Don't trust me, don't believe anything I say. Except for that part. So, this takes us to spread number 3. Deus Sex what? I made this spread so late at night, and I wanted to achieve a couple of things, give you an overview of the game. This is way too wordy. This is in fact the wordiest it is in the entire game. I do love the switch between the very casual, like written almost spray painted font, and the more casual or more proper, you could say, sans serif font. My favorite thing about this spread that I very much enjoy is I wanted to have a relation for you to be like, how tall is the average size human in relation to the gestalt? Here you go, by the way. It's here. Maybe more street art-y, perhaps. This will most likely be changed. At this, again, it's like 4:30 in the morning. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just adding lines. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just adding lines at this point. Get ready to loop. Also, I would like to formally apologize. This line here comes off way more cutting than I intended it to. It says, unlike other games, DSM is played using a gameplay loop. I'm sorry. There are other games that have a gameplay loop. Most TTRPGs don't have a gameplay loop. I'm sorry for just saying it so bluntly. They don't. Dungeons and Dragons does not have a gameplay loop. It simply does not. And I will... There are RPGs that I love. They do not have a gameplay loop. I love Fate. Fate is one of my favorites. It does not have a gameplay loop. Now... Iron Swarm by Sean Tompkin? Now that bitch's got a gameplay loop. One might even argue that Ironstone was the inspiration for DSM, in a way. So right after this explanation, I say, hey, you should learn about what the setting is. So I hit you with this spread. This spread went through so many fucking changes. Let me show you the original spread for this page. I originally was gonna draw the character of let me just close this. The character of President Retrograde and Johnny Haddock. President Retrograde and Johnny Haddock are actually characters from an old book of mine. A book that I wrote so long ago. Johnny Haddock, then known as Johnny Haddocks with an X, was a superhero millionaire who was actually not a human piece of garbage. The whole thing was, hey, what if a millionaire became a superhero and wasn't a psychopath? A lot of things have happened since I came up with that character, to the extent where I don't even know if it's possible for you to be a millionaire and not a psychopath. So Johnny Haddock is here. Also, I changed his name from Haddocks to Haddock because it sounded way too... Haddocks was way too cool, I'm sorry. So in the original art, I essentially drew them like monsters. Here we have kind of like a split half and half. You know, we have President Retrograde as this like melted like lava goop red monster, and Johnny Haddock as this like... By the way, he is jawless, by the way. He has no bottom jaw. Just disgusting, gross sewer monster. Kendra says, I don't think you get $1 billion ethically. Yep, there's a line that got cut from this spread that I'm gonna add. Let me just literally go over here. Let me go to the list of documents and be like, additions. For page, is this page 4? Page 4. Page 4. Oh, also, you know what? Actually, page 3. Revise the text to make it less cutting for no reason regarding the gameplay loop. For page 4, add the following line. You don't become a millionaire without making supervillain choices. There you go. That was the line that I wanted to have in the book that I could not find the space for at like 4 in the morning, the day of. There's also a lot of like, you know, again, like originally, like I wanted it to be a lot, you know, this was like when I was still thinking that I was going to have a lot of my own art. And once I dipped harder into using photo editing, I ended up kind of really leaning into it. Fun fact, one of the things that I very much enjoyed from using stock photography was finding ways, like trying to figure out ways to encounter the art that I was looking for. Fun fact, the image for President Retrograde is from a collection of photos. It's from a collection of photos titled Elderly Tinder Date. And I love that. I was looking for elderly man, and I found this folder of elderly Tinder dates. And I see this guy, and I'm like, that's it. That's the look. I'm like, if I just change the colors, you go from being like a guy on a date to just being like evil as hell. Let's go. Dallas says you could be in a comatose state and win the lottery to become a billionaire, I guess, but you still didn't sign a fucking living will. That is that. You know. Kendra, that's so funny. This is one of my favorite transformations. Just taking this image of a guy on a date and being like, "That's right. That's kind of the look I'm going for." So this is a part where someone's gonna go, Maxi, that's insane. The entire book was made, by the way, using Google Sheets. I did not want to learn a brand new desktop publishing program, so I said, fuck it. Let's just literally use Google Sheets. And I did. A lot of the cool effects that you see, like all these little guys are literally just made from shapes, by the way. You know, these are all literally just shapes. Well, this is the Noto emoji font, plus shapes. You know, let me just show you real quick. There it is. There we go. Look at that. It's right there. This is all just groups of things. Yeah, look at that. It's just a bunch of little guys. I'm gonna undo everything I just did, by the way. I do also want to clarify, by the way, that I am going to make a document showing links to all the photos that I used, all of which were released as copyright public use or free use, by the way. I wanted to make that very clear as well. Where was I? So this spread here basically teaches you about how fucked up the setting is. I know the timer went off. I should probably get up and stretch. Kitty's gonna kill me if I don't actually get up and stretch. Let me get up and stretch. Kendra, I think you'll be fine. So, fellas, I am stretching, by the way. I'm up on my feet. And I hope you're doing the same. Since we are on a 2-minute break, if you would like to ask me a question that is completely, wholly unrelated to what we're doing, go right ahead. So among the things that we did during a season of Discovery last Sunday, Play, Kitty, and I, we found an official Bandai store, or a pop-up of one. We found an official Bandai store selling Gundam plastic model kits at like actual market price. So they were selling like high grades for like $14. Of course, I didn't buy all of them because I didn't need all of them. We did buy the aerial rebuild for like $20, which is insane. They also had like, it was funny because they just had like pallets upon pallets of the One Piece TCG cards, which is like hilarious compared to Pokemon TCG where you can't buy anything anywhere. Kendra says, is selling Lego bad if it was a gift and I had it for a year displayed, but had no more space once I moved? So it's been in my closet for 2 years, but it was a gift. Sell it. Sell it. Like, what's the alternative? Taking space in your closet? I don't know. If I did I gift it to you? Did I give that to you? If I had given it to you, I would say sell it. Were there any Banprestos? There were so many Banprestos. They also had like gachapon machines. They had a gachapon machine that was nothing but frogs. Okay. Han says, if you do a quiz for an anniversary stream or whatever, when DSM is the answer, can you put it in answer B so it spells the funny? So so you may be thinking, Maxi, clearly you meant it as a joke, right? You meant the title for your mecha TTRPG to be 1B short of BDSM, right? This was on purpose. This was intentional, right, Maxi? Right, Maxi? No. Welcome to another case of just pure serendipity.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I literally came up with the idea of Deus Sex Machina. On a whim. I'm like, I'll name the game Deus Sex Machina. Because it's like Deus Ex Machina, but sex is in it instead of X. And apparently it was also a trope where like you have to have sex to save the world, and I'm like, that's cool enough. We'll go with it. And I didn't realize that if I put the letter B, it is BDSM. Kendra says my friend has a killer shirt that says BDSM, had a picture of an MTA bus and says buses do so much for our city. I love that. Where was I? That's right. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee, and then we move on. By the way, if you would like to download this game, it is available on itch.io for free. Download the game and rate it 5 stars. It would actually mean a lot to me. Thank you. So this spread takes us into a part of me, like, okay, so I don't know how to say this without being mean, okay? I don't know how to say this without being mean, but I'm just gonna say it, okay? A friend of mine lent me a physical copy of Lancer, okay? And I think Lancer is a cool game. But I will say that the setting information left me very much wanting. It is at the very end of the book. It is mostly history, which is inherently uninteresting to me. It's like dates and organizations and names of people, and I'm just kind of like, I feel like you don't have to give me an entire timeline of the development of like FTL travel. You could just tell me there's FTL travel. I'm already playing a game with giant robots that might be made of like artificial like plant matter. I'm bought in, Lancer. You don't have to give me anything else. And then once you look at the setting, you realize that it's a setting without much like war going on. Like, you're in a setting with giant robots that are essentially machines of war. You could even say war machines, perhaps even war machines. But there isn't like ongoing like war going on anywhere. It's just kind of like, yeah, everyone's kind of just chilling at the moment. And I'm like, huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What am I supposed to do with my giant robot then? Anyways, so I wanted to immediately be like, hey, how about I tell you the setting for the book. I feel like maybe this is a little bit wordy, but at the same time, it's literally just 2 pages, and it shows you. Yeah, that is fair. DAILIES says that, once you get into a campaign for Lancer, if you're the GM, it's actually great for hooks. I get that, but I do, I do think it's a failure of the design to just not have a place where people can just immediately start playing. The fact that the GM has to come up with a story inside this world felt to me, I'll just say it. It's a failure of the game design. So I felt maybe 2 pages is too much, but then again, I feel like this is pretty compressed when you think about it. It teaches you about how messed up the regime is, and specifically who they're targeting, minorities. And it also establishes CAs and the NHE, comfort assets and non-human employees, which become incredibly pivotal to the setup of the story later. So, I told you about the enemies. Let me tell you about the organization. Originally, there wasn't a good like lead in after this, but a little edit kind of took care of that. I give you a quick little explanation of what's going on here, and then I have this recurring looking into the mirror kind of like choose your own adventure kind of format for like introducing you. And we're right into explaining mechanics, baby. All right, welcome to. Can I just have like a page fit, please? Can I just have like 1 page per? There we go. Much better. So immediately I figured choose your own adventure scene. Absolutely, I'm a big fan of choose your own adventure. Type hard. I'm hunger. Excuse me. Oh, type hard. I'm hunger. My dyslexia was like type hard. I'm burger, and I'm like, you're what? You're what? Hi, burger. So I figured the first thing to explain to the player was should be like the actual parts of the mech, since this is the main means of player expression is what parts you have in your mech. And here we have the simplest and yet one of the strongest parts in the entire game. We have the Garland arm. It has just one system in it. It has a long-range carbine, which is this part over here. It takes one action, and it can shoot only enemies in far, but with a D6. What does that mean, Maxi? So, I was very much inspired by games like Morkborg and OSR games, and I wanted to take a little bit of inspiration from their notation, namely the notation. I was a big fan of the way in which, like, an enemy in Morkborg is essentially like a handful of stats. I wanted to capture some of that, but of course make my own notation, because I'm not making an OSR game. I'm not making an old school Renaissance game here. So I explain it. I feel like I hit the nail on the head, because if this wasn't clear, I feel people would be yelling at me, and no one has said that this isn't clear. And Kitty read it, and Kitty thought it was clear. Now, this is one of the few spreads in the book that have a sidebar. And this is kind of to, you know, explain why your machine is different, you know, and also just to be cunty as hell. Maxi, what is this image here supposed to represent, Maxi? It's supposed to be like a targeting system. Don't worry about it. Also, by the way, these are 10 lines indicating the 10 levels of heat that your mech can have. Yeah. Some people caught onto it, some people didn't. It's fine. Hello, I would like to go to the next page, please. There we go. The next spread is very artsy, and I very much like it. I feel like this is like one way to just tell people, hey, here is the main mechanisms in the game, okay? Your health is essentially heat. You know, the minimum is 0, the maximum is 10. When you are at 10 heat, you enter climax. During climax, you roll bigger dice, but if you ever roll a 1 or gain any more heat, you die. What happens when you die? Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. By the way, all the fonts that I use in this book are Google fonts, which gave me a lot of freedom for finding display style fonts, which are fonts that are more about looking cool rather than being readable. All of the fonts in this page are actually variations of the font Rubik, which, using font families, allowed me to have like a consistent theme throughout pages in the book, and that I like that very much. Big shout outs to font families, by the way. All right, so next up. So this takes us to, there's kind of like a leftover like arrow over here leading to Etch. I would like to rephrase the way Etch is written out, especially like it represents your ability to twist fate in your favor. That makes it seem kind of like fantastical, when in reality it's just like it is the edge that you have mechanically over your enemies, because your mech is more powerful. Han says, heat, climax, death, only true male praying mantis understand. It's so true. So let me go, this is page what? Page 9. Page 9 is we're gonna rephrase page 9. Rephrase, edge wording. And yeah, make it seem less of a meta currency and more of like it's a mechanical thing, because like one of the things that I wanted to make very clear in the book is that like the retrograde is actively making their own gestalts. Gestalt is the name of the mech, if that hasn't been clear enough. They are actively working on their own types, but even against those, you have an edge. You know, and the edge is that your system is built differently. There's a whole lot of like flavor and lore here that like I have stated in the book, and I don't feel like I have to make it like outwardly like clarified. You know, the fascist state sees people as a resource. It literally turns people into non-human employees who have no rights and exist only to work. And then the government, the regime, takes these NHEs and turns them into weapons of war, which will be the enemy gestalts. But it is the treating the pilot like a human being makes them superior. Also, shit! Dallas says after all the actions in a mission, is it explicitly said that resources reset? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Let me go literally. Yeah, I mean, I guess it would be downtime. I think because it's downtime. Yeah. No, it would be here. Yeah, it would be here. Yeah, it would be page 15. Thank you, Dallas. Thank you, Dallas. Yeah, page 15. Add that you have to clear all the stuffs. Thank you, Dallas. Page 15. Reset, heat, and etch. That is very true. Thank you. Thank you. Anyways, moving right along. This page here, like, okay, so there's one time in the book where I directly acknowledge the audience. I break character and I have a joke, and it's here. If you would like to have this joke explained to you, I will explain it now. Essentially, in this segment, I'm telling players that if you ever have to mark more clock slots than there are, you mark as many and move on. That effectively means that if you only have one slot left to cross, and you do a double X action, you basically get it for half off. I make a joke here that if you did not need this interaction spelled out for you, you received a complimentary rule slot cropped top, which reads bend me over and do me RAW. RAW is a TTRPG term that means rules as written. It is the funniest I've ever been in my life. And yes, by the way, this crop top is made out of shapes, by the way. I created it with shapes in Google Sheets. I felt very smart when I figured that out. Probably rephrase this section over here. We'll see. We'll think about it. It's spicy just a little. I mean, this book is a little spicy. And I figured, okay, so you know how parts work. You know the resources. Now let's bring it all together. Here is the character sheet. Dallas might also need to be explicit that the clock resets on fill. Let me double check. I guess I'm gonna make a little note here. Page Is it explicit that the clock resets on fill? It's pretty obvious. How do I play this game? Raw. Next question. Thank you, Kendra. I think it's pretty self-evident, but you're not wrong. Better to make it extra clear. So here I just have a really nice, stylish explanation of, you know, all this stuff. One of the things that I very much enjoyed about using stock photography is that I could find more photos of the same, what do you call someone? Subject, the same subject, I guess? The same, what do you call the same, the word I'm looking for is someone who has photos taken of them. Model, the same model. Thank you. I like that the delay on stream is long enough for my brain to get there, so you're basically functioning at the same speed as my brain.
Dude.
No, I meant this button, by the way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
God damn it, Hans, that's hilarious. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because I was able to, once I decided on which model would represent Dr. P in the book, I was able to reinsert them back into this earlier spread. This, of course, an image of the same model that later displays Dr. P from an entirely different photo, and I thought that was really fun. It just, you know, I don't know, just gave me a lot of freedom to, you know, make it feel consistent. And of course, this here just gives you a breakdown of every single part, much of which you already know. You know, for instance, you know, like you already know, you know, what edge is. It just goes in this little box over here. You know what heat is. It goes over here. You learn about things that you don't already know about, but you're about to learn who they are. So that works for me. Here we have explanations of other parts that you have not understood just yet. We have the mission briefing, which essentially it's a container for information regarding your mission. and of course other mechanisms reference the mission briefing. I don't want to say that the game is essentially a computer that runs off of itself, but that's essentially what it is. This is essentially a registry that the player draws from when told to. I know that's a really nerdy way of explaining it, but like that's the way my brain works. Deal with it. Can it run Doom? I mean, like maybe. And here's the radar. It is my favorite bit of design in this entire game. And if you don't mind me, I'm gonna get a little bit sappy about how much I love it. I love the radar because I got down and dirty. I wanted this to be a tactics game. I wanted there to be a tactical element to this game. I wanted it to feel like a game like Front Mission, Into the Breach. And I was particularly thinking about Into the Breach. Into the Breach is a mecha game that it's a tactics game, but it's essentially a puzzle game because the maps are relatively small. It's almost like Baba Is You in that way, in that it's very small levels, and they don't have the levels don't have a hard solution because there's way too much randomness for it to just be a puzzle itself. But it feels like a puzzle. And I was thinking about like, you know, what did you do in a mecha game? You know, like a friend of mine lent me all of his mecha TTRPG books. I read through BattleTech, I read through Lancer, I read through a bunch of other games, and I'm sitting here being like, what do you actually do in a mecha tactics game? You move to get into position and you attack. You activate cool systems that make your mech stand out, and you kill enemies. That's what you do. Movement is a key pivotal part of tactics. Tactics literally refers to the movement of units on the battlefield. People would like to tell you that that's strategy. And I'm sorry to break it to you, but strategy is the management of resources during a war campaign. Hence why a game like Age of Empires is a strategy game. Because you manage resources such as wood and gold, etc., etc. Kendra says literally no. Okay, yeah, okay, fight me, punk, fight me. Thank you. I believe strategy is in the DSM playlist, by the way. By twice. You know what? Am I gonna double check this real quick? Let me double check this real quick. Is strategy in the DSM playlist? What if I sort them by name, please? No? Okay. It's like number 10. It is yeah. Featuring Megan Thee Stallion, yeah! Oh my god. So, what makes the Radar special? The Radar is special because it takes an unabstract concept, which is like tiles and enemy movement, and makes it abstract. I was very much inspired by things like roguelikes, hence why you're represented by the @ symbol. And essentially I broke it down. I'm like, well, enemies are either close enough that you're fighting them hand to hand, far away that you're fighting them with ranged weapons, and somewhere in between. Like I realized that the minutia of figuring out whether you're moving 10 meters or 3 spaces or 3 hexes is not any more exciting than just saying, bam, now the enemy is at melee range. I realized that like adding the complexity where the player would have to decide how many squares they move is not any more fun than just saying, okay, now you're at far range now. And I feel like thematically speaking, this reinforces the element that the player is a lone agent working against a greater foe. Because instead of you being in a battlefield and your relation to the enemies being how many hexes or squares you are away from them, it is instead all in relation to you. There are enemies who are close to you, enemies who are in medium range and in far range. And it's all in relation to you. When you move, the enemy's position in relation to yours also moves. And I felt like it was a very graceful solution to tactics in games. And I love it. It's perfect, and it's perfect. It's a perfect system. Thank you, Fury. Hi, Fury. Hello, hello.
Welcome back.
Theory says, this is a great abstraction, but I'm so addicted to moving tokens on maps, but the radar system is very thematic and practical and elegant. Thank you. I want to say, by the way, I love moving things on the map, okay? I love moving tokens on maps. I do. But for this game, I'm like, there's an awful lot of minutia, and I feel like part of me maturing as a game designer was learning to say no to the feature creep of existing in a medium where every TTRPG is rated against every other TTRPG, you know? And I could not imagine what it's like to making a fantasy TTRPG right now, where people are expecting dual wielding and pets and magic based on wizard-like formats and sorcery and druids and clerics with divine powers. I could not imagine developing a game for people who will expect it to feel and have the complexity of D&D. That is so inherently not fun for me. So part of my maturing as a game designer was saying, okay, I'm making a mecha game. What does it mean to play a mecha game? What does it mean to fight in a mecha-like game without having to have a map and units and grids? Because it turns out giving myself less work is giving the player less work, because this is a game you can play entirely by yourself. And now here we have one of my favorite spreads. Maxi, you love all of your spreads. Okay, Kendra, first off, Kendra, I love you. You're my friend. Go answer those damn texts, you coward. Answer the text, coward. Answer the text, coward. Take care, Hans. Have a lovely night. I think it's nighttime over where you're at. Take care. Bye-bye. Fury says, I haven't hit that maturity yet, but I hope I do. DSM is so niche and in the best way possible. There's literally no alternative version to it. Thank you. I appreciate that. So here we have one of my favorite spreads. I did the thing that Japanese games do a lot, where they just have like a paragraph of writing very small in a place that you normally wouldn't see it. I'm thinking mostly of Guilty Gear, where in Guilty Gear Excerpt, a bunch of characters have just paragraphs in their clothes somewhere, and it's all nonsense, except here it's not nonsense. How to read your enemies. Your enemies have gaslit themselves into thinking they are invincible. They repeat the same tactics over and over, expecting effortless victory. They will never learn. They would rather die than adapt. Oblige them. Now you may be thinking, Maxi, that's all color. That actually tells you, mechanically speaking, how enemies work. Enemies will always do the same fucking thing every fucking time. It represents the way that retrograde works. It represents the way that the opposition works. They try the same things over and over again. It is the movement's ability to adapt and change is what makes them powerful, is what gives you an edge, you could even say. So here's the way that enemies work. I wanted the enemies to be as simple as possible to be read. Enemies have a letter that you put in the radar to represent them. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. No need for tokens. It's just literally writing on a piece of paper. They have tags, and they have a range they enter and a to hit value. The Patriots are the lowest level enemy in the game. They always come into the close range, and you have to roll higher than a 2 to kill them. I love that. Hi, Belita. Hi, Belita. No, so enemies have, depending on what range the enemies are in, they will take one of 3 actions. So this means that your ability to move and change your relation to enemies affects what they do. And there's no better example than the Patriots, whose far ability is literally stand back and stand by, which literally does nothing. Abilities in italics don't do anything. So if you have a bunch of Patriots you're fighting and you don't want to deal with them, moving away so that they're at far range essentially removes their turn. Enemies, of course, have the chance to attack you and the chance for themselves to move. And I explain all of that. One of the issues that I have with this page is that, and you will notice, yes, this is a person playing chess, and up top, I have a pseudo recreation of the chessboard. The only issue that happened here is that I used the Noto emoji font. And actually, I didn't use the Noto emoji font. I just used the HTML symbols. And out of all the chess symbols, only the pawn has a real emoji to it. So this emoji will look different depending on what program you use to open this PDF, or rather, what platform. If you open this on an iPhone or on an iPad, it will have the iPhone/iPad pawn symbol. That makes it a little bit inconsistent in the way that it will be displayed. I'm okay with it. I'm okay. I'm willing to take that. Honestly, an unintentional thematical element, if you want to think of it like that, is that this is supposed to be like an entire row of pieces, like in chess. But the way that it ends up being read is that it leads to a row of nothing but the powerful units and the row of black pawns. You could even say that the enemies are represented by the white units and the player by the black pawns. We are at a severe disadvantage against the opposition, against the regime. Thematically speaking, I think it's appropriate. So we're gonna leave it at that. I'm okay with that. And here we have the literal. So at this point, it's been 13 pages into the book, and I've been wanting to do this in a book forever. I've been wanting to just say, thank you for reading. It's time for you to play the fucking game now. It's time for you to play the game. It's like literally. I tell the viewer, stop reading, start playing. You will learn the rest of the rules by playing. And I wanted this because I think the rest of the rules in this game can be easily learned by just actually playing the game. And I think it'll be more enjoyable that way. And I like the idea of just tossing the player into the learning process. Of course, I can't force you to learn as you go, but I think for those who try, they will have a more fun experience. And I'm okay with that. And literally, for your first mission, we set up the mission briefing for you. We set up a relatively easy mission at an average danger level, and we move on. And of course, here we have the mission flow that walks you through what you're supposed to do during a mission. So one of the elements in this game is that there's kind of like an interlocking daisy chain of gameplay loops, you know? Finishing the mission makes you go and look at the downtime flow, and the downtime flow takes you into the mission, and this daisy chain keeps the player, I don't want to say in like, you know, in a stranglehold, but it essentially like you as the player don't have to wonder what happens next, which is a key problem in a lot of tabletop role-playing games, particularly solo games. And this also creates an inverse problem, by the way. Much like the player doesn't know what happens next, sometimes there isn't an off-ramp to be like, by the way, if you have had enough playing, you can stop playing now. And that actually, we have that in What Happens Next, in a later spread. We literally give the player the license to just stop playing whenever they feel like it. I feel like there's a couple of things we have to fix in here, but that's perfectly fine. So there's there's one thing here. Step 4 of attacking has page XX. Gotta fix that. I am not 100% happy with this block of text for the rules, but I feel like that's kind of life. I'm very happy with these two spreads. I think they're very, very cool and visually grabbing. There is one visual error in this book. I wanted a picture of cops or riot police, and I could not find one of American riot police. I know this is nothing, but avid viewers will notice that this is in fact a French cop. The game takes place in America. It should be an American cop. When I was making this game, wrapping it up at 4 in the morning, I did not have the energy to figure out a solution. I'm okay with a little Easter egg of like, consider this an Easter egg. That's clearly a French police officer, but you know what? It's fine. I'm okay with that. Also, by the way, the quote at the bottom, it is from a song by Cheap Perfume. It was the first song on my DSM playlist. It is, the title of the song is Maxi, you're forgetting the title of the song? Yes, because I'm juggling a lot of plates. The title of the song is It's Okay to Punch Nazis. The quote is, we've had to say a lot of stuff we thought was fucking obvious, like, yes, it's okay to punch Nazis. That was the first song. I listened to it on repeat while assigning the game. I felt like it deserved to be here in this, the attacking section of the book. And here we have, this is me being very artsy, by the way. And like, some people look at the concept of being artsy like derogatorily. Like, making something so that it looks aesthetically pleasing is not inherently bad, by the way. Is the Dead Kennedys on that playlist, Lamau? I wish I could search through my... It might be. There might be a Dead Kennedy song in here. There's also a lot of anime openings in this one. And a bunch of Kendrick Lamar, too. So, this spread... by the way, this is a very symmetrical spread to the Heat, Climax, and Edge. No, Heat, Climax, and Death, by the way. I present to you the two outcomes of a mission, either victory or defeat. I do want to say that the only mission type that can end in defeat is actually the VIP mission. That is the only one that can end in defeat. Any other mission either ends with you completing the goal or dying, which feels to me like particularly poignant. Ooh, I'll write that down. I will say I have a lot less soundtracks in here. This is more of like an inspirational playlist, but I do have the Pacific Rim theme. So you know what? I'll look up Chappie OST. I'll listen to it while doing some work, and I'll grab the tracks that speak to me. So, one thematical element, by the way, is that I have the victory and defeat spread here. They are, of course, reminiscent of tarot cards. And the numbers up here are in fact the numbers for the Sun and the Tower, which are the best and worst cards in tarot. If anybody cared to notice that. Ah! I just realized this says page XX. Ugh. Okay, page 15 needs to get fixed as well. Also, page XX, Lamau. Gotta fix that. And yes, of course, a very gay spread. A lot, again, like, I had a lot of fun doing, like, photo editing. You know, like, I had to do a lot of me bringing up Maxi's graphic design semester, and I had a lot of fun with that. And then after this, after downtime, or in the downtime section, we have one of my favorite sections of the book, which is introducing the different factions of the movement, their leaders, and the downtime actions. And I wanted a consistent visual style for the spreads. Originally, they were going to be a lot simpler. I don't know if I want to like super go through like the visual language of what all these like mean, but you know, essentially speaking, you know, we have the leader representing the group crosses over across the page. There's some visual language in there to make it a little bit more dynamic than the otherwise mechanically speaking just move here. Already, I do want to say there's a little bit of flavor that got lost in translation, you could say. Originally, I was going to have each leader be... On one half is going to be the leader, and then the other half is going to be like news clippings representing how the regime is reacting to the movement's actions. There was not enough room or time to do that, so I built that into the description for each movement. For instance, of course, you know, what the scrappers do is that they literally just find scrap and bring it to the movement. That scrap gets turned into parts for the gestalt as well as weapons for the movement. And the regime, of course, they can't stand the idea of the movement getting a leg up, so they outlawed the idea of reverse littering. That's right, in the regime, picking up scrap off the streets is now a crime, which I found to be so funny, but also so believable that I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Like like, if you're afraid of the opposition turning like junk cars into mechas, you would probably outlaw removing trash from the streets, which is hilarious. That being said, the refined scrap move needs to be changed. It's a little bit too expensive. I'm gonna reduce the amount of scrap you need and make it one action instead. I feel like there's too many actions that cost 2. Kendra says, sweats in, you can't buy single bricks at Home Depot in New York City anymore. Yeah, there you go. There you go. They also say, imagine all these broken down forts turning into mechas. Imagine. Page 16. Page 16. Change cost /x of the refine scrap move. I feel like it's way too expensive. This is actually the first move that I designed, and one of the things that you will realize when you make your first game is that as you work more on it, you get better at it. Like that's the thing that like nobody ever fucking realizes. Sorry, I'm going to get on a soapbox if y'all don't mind. Okay, so one argument that I see a lot is that I see people in the TTRPG space, particularly some shitty designers, advocating for AI art because they don't have the time or skills to make art for their books. To which I always reply, you acknowledge that you don't have the skills to make good art. What makes you immediately assume that you have good skills at designing games? Motherfucker, you were not born making good games. You have to get good at making games. So you just assume that you're good at making games? Like, to me, that seems so silly, right? Like they can understand that their ability to make art could get better if they practice it. But they assume that they're already good at making games. Kendra says, use the AI service you're paying for to buy stock photo. Like, I want you to understand. I almost made all the spreads in this book out of spite. To be like, look what I did without spending a single cent. I just used a photo editing program and my fucking imagination to be like, how can I display the information that I want visibly? I hate to just be like, I feel like a part of me, maybe subconsciously, wanted to make this game without spending a single dollar. That's why I also used Google Sheets to just be like, yeah, here you go. I use no program that costs any money to make this game. And it looks good, it plays good, and it looks cunty as fuck. This game serves, and I say that very proudly. Now, speaking of this game serving, there is one aspect of this game that I'm not happy with, and that is the fact that this game is, I can say, 1% as cunty as I meant it to be. Originally, I was gonna have art for every member of the movement. I was gonna have arts of my hand-drawn art, spreads of my hand-drawn art. There was just no time to do that. And the images that I have for the leaders are an approximation of what I would have done. I want you to understand that the original art for every single one of these members of the opposition or the movement, forgive me, are so much cunty the way that I picture them in my mind. So much sexier and cuntier, but I had to make do with what I had. I do intend to draw art of them, so you see what I picture them in my mind. But for now, this is what I had to work with, so this is what I did. Sometimes you have to make compromises, and this is the compromise that I made. It's the worst when it comes to Felicia, because the only art that I could find that approximated how I imagined Felicia in my mind is this, and this is like, this is so far away from what I pictured Felicia as. I pictured Felicia as a straight up like actual mechanical like robot with like very hard edges, very long arms. I pictured her so much differently. This is the closest I could get. So Felicia is literally on the fast track to be the first one I draw, because I want you to see the way that I picture her in my mind. Anyway, so we have the Scrappers. The second group is Intel, led by Eclipse. The moment when I found this is 2 images, by the way. It is an image of a person sitting or laying on a bed of flowers, and this image of what appears to be like an apartment building in Germany, or somewhere with German lettering on it in neon. And as soon as I saw that image, I thought, oh baby, this is gonna be good. This is the image that I used. And like, as you can tell, yeah, it's just an apartment building, but it has all these German words on it. You know, and Heiven, old German to marry, Heirat, German for marriage. And I'm like, my graphic design ass thinking, okay, I know how to blend this in. And just a clipping layer, and you change the blending mode, and baby, this looks so good. Of course, I modified the colors as well, but again, you know, you just gotta come in and just try to make something look snappy. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of snappy, the wet work ability has got to be changed. It's way too powerful. Every report that I've seen of the game has people using wet work to always set their danger to 0. Wet work will get reworked. Will get re-wet worked. So that's page what? Page 17. We will rework the wet work to make it less powerful. It is a very powerful ability. We're going to be changing that. Snail Mail is one of my favorite abilities in the game. Snail Mail is exclusively a role-playing ability. It highlights one of the things in the game that I would like to work more on, and that is, and I guess I have to like reach out. Maybe I should put a poll on the Discord. I wonder if there's enough role-playing in DSM. I'm a story bitch. I love story. But I wonder if there is enough storying in DSM. And I wonder if there's other mechanisms that I could create to have more storytelling. Because at this moment, a lot of the envisioning happens through downtime, which makes sense. In the middle of battle, you should be focusing on the battling. To me, that makes sense. And there's a little bit of flavor that you can develop for the missions by rolling in the missions themselves. Let me go over there real quick. Boop. You know, for instance, if you are doing a mission where you are culling enemies in a particular area, you can roll to see what they're doing, and that gives you a little bit of flavor as to what you're doing here. And that's good. I like that. I very much like that. I feel like I need a little bit more. I keep thinking that maybe the broader envisioning and role-playing could be done in the form of, like, essentially campaign books. I'm thinking maybe campaign books, kind of like, you know, like the way people make settings / campaigns for, like, Mothership / Morkborg, I guess. I'm mostly thinking Mothership, you know, the way that I'm picturing it. And I know that this is silly, but I want you to follow me on this, okay? Imagine imagine, if you may, a campaign book that is a handful of pages. You know, it will include enemies, it will include events, it will include new mechanics, and of course new Gestalt parts you can create to make your own custom Gestalt. And the way that it is displayed, imagine like the board on a board game. Imagine, you know, the little like spaces that you roll a dice and you advance a certain number of spaces. The way that I would envision it, for me, is that the campaign would have a board, and anytime you complete a mission or you do X thing that marks progress, you roll a d6 and you move that many spaces on the board. That many spaces on the board will either A, decide what mission you do next, or it will give you a random event for you to envision what happens. And this means that eventually, after doing enough, you will finish the board. At which point, maybe there is a stat that has been tracked, maybe depending on how many missions you completed, maybe depending on how many enemies you killed, you are given an ending. And that's the end of that campaign. The essence of randomness to me makes it so that players have a reason to replay it. Alternatively, a reason for everyone to have a different story through the narrative of the of each campaign. This is an idea that has been like lingering in my mind, and I think I've sold myself on it. Yeah. Thank you, Honor. Also, hi, Honor. Welcome to the stream. Hello.
Welcome back.
I feel like I sold myself on it. Yeah, because again, like, I want it to be compact. I want it to be relatively simple so that anyone else can also make their own campaigns with the same format, right? Another thing. Oh, crap. Another thing that's coming up later. Make the SRD. An SRD is a system rules document, which is essentially like a collection of parts from the book that anyone else can contain in their own book or mechanism so that anyone else can create their own stuff. Look into it and make it so that everyone can make their own custom DSM stuff. I want to make this very clear, okay? I have been designing my last couple of games with the full intent of making it so the community has an easier time making stuff. I realized that Iron Valley allowed for a lot of... Oh my god, my wife is here! Everyone shut up! My wife is here. Hi, wifey! Hello!
Dude, that's gay.
So, I want to make my games moving forward to be more open so that anyone can make their own stuff. I would love for people to make their own mecha parts, make their own missions, their own enemies. So I'm actually gonna put exclamation marks on this. I would very much like to bomb rush this so that people have avenues for making their own content. I feel like that's probably something to bomb rush, and I want to make this very clear, by the way. If you make stuff for DSM, you are welcome to sell it and make money off of it. That I'm perfectly okay with that. I would strongly suggest making it pay what you want, but you know what? I don't know. That's just a recommendation. Put it behind a paywall. I don't care. But whatever you make, do tell me so that I can share it and play it. Dude, that would be dope as hell. But anyway, so that's the idea. Maybe that'll give us more room for role playing. Perhaps maybe that's the way to go. Nonetheless, we'll move on. And make sure to make a list here. Create a mission a campaign template. Campaign sample with a small board, new enemies, just a new front, new parts, and add it to the base game. There you go. And that'll be the base campaign that's available that will serve as the template for the SRD. There we go. So this is probably going to be our first big update for the game. It's going to be the first campaign. Yo, I love that. Honor says, as someone who was brought up very Christian, the decide to make a mega church front has been on my mind since I finished reading the rules. I get you. I absolutely get you. I see you, and you know, I can't wait to see what people make. There's definitely so much room for interesting, cool ideas. Yeah, no, I'm excited. You know, seeing people excited about my games makes me very excited too. Here we have one of the few exclusively only role-playing moves in fucking around. I wanted because I know that this game is an inherently loud, queer, sexual game, but I also wanted people to be able to choose how much they wanted to engage with that. That's why the fucking around system, you know, it is implied that you know, spend a nice evening with members of the movement, but you don't have to do that. It is the flavor here literally tells you it doesn't have to be a Mario Party in your pants. It can just be a Mario Party, you know. And we have Felicia, whose design I'm not happy with, but that's just life. By the way, give yourself 1 Maxi point if you notice the overly sexual image overlaid on top of Felicia's face. I really like that. That was a very fun little tidbit that I came up with. And another thing that I wanted to be very clear is that I wanted the player to have a chance to learn more about themselves. And that's what the Get Therapy move does. It literally forces you to learn about yourself. I do think maybe I could make it more standardized like I did for the snail mail. Because snail mail demands you to write a number of words. So maybe perhaps if I bring some of that into this, that might make it easier for people to do some role playing. You know what? Would love to get therapy in real life. How they kidding? They get therapy move in real life. How dare you? But also fair. This is page number 20. Page 20. I would like to bring some of snail mail goodness into Get Therapy. Not me forgetting how to spell therapy halfway through that, by the way. Also, so here's a little bit of behind the scenes, by the way. This was probably the hardest spread image to make. All the images that I used to make the Ambrose spread were not cooperating. And I had to get extra creative. Ooh, I like that actually. Thank you, Honor. Honor says maybe some rules for creating movement members. I actually really like that. You know what? That's something I would definitely like to include. Create your own movement member. For sure. I absolutely like that. And I feel like I could get that done with one spread. I feel like I could get that done in one spread, which means it wouldn't increase the size of the book that much. I like that. So, fun fact, and this is just the sign Maxi, by the way, just the sign Maxi. Up here, you know, I show what is clearly a vial, not a vial. I guess it's a vial. Anyways, a container of what is clearly testosterone HRT. And the funny thing is that I couldn't find. This is what happens when you're using stock imagery. You're not gonna find everything you're looking for. You're just not gonna find everything you're looking for. So you have to get smart. So I found an image for what is a vaccine. Someone holding the COVID vaccine in their hand. I edited this image to remove the COVID stuff, and I used a similar font, and I blurred it to give the impression that it is, of course, you know, it looks a little bit blurry. And I found the actual name for the testosterone hormone that is given to trans men, and I just slapped it in there. You have to get creative, okay? You have to get creative to get across the finish line. Also, big shoutouts to this image, by the way. It's a beautiful image. Well, what a beautiful photo. If you want to see like the original versus how it ended up being edited, by the way. Beautiful photo. The woke are putting tea in the vaccines. There you go. Oh no. Yo, do you got some of this with E in it instead? Sign me up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And this brings us to the last member of the DK crew. It is Dr. P. I have to be honest with you. Sometimes in visual design, you have to make some terrible choices. You have to do things that go against your instinct. You have to commit crimes sometimes as a graphic designer. And I'm gonna come clean. I'm coming clean. I have my arms up. Don't shoot, okay? I have my arms up. I'm surrendering myself. Every single member of the movement so far, this side panel here with their name has been in the same size font. Engineering was way too big, so I had to make it a smaller font. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's true. Please, go ahead. Yep. Throw your tomatoes. I had to change the size of the font because it wasn't consistent. I know. it fucking sucks, man. I'm still sad about it. I'm still sad about it, man. It's so bad. I will never recover. I will never recover. And you think, wow, Maxi, you're being so silly. Am I being silly? Also, Dr. P's description is the only one that actually is internal dialogue, as opposed to the rest, which are external dialogue describing the members of the group. And as I mentioned earlier, one of the things that I liked about using stock photography is that I could use the same model multiple times. As I mentioned earlier, Dr. P appears, the same model for Dr. P appears in the This is Gestalt and This is Pilot a spread. And Maxi, is this implying that Dr. P piloted a Gestalt himself? Maybe. Wouldn't that be an interesting, cool little tidbit, huh? The other thing that I very much liked is that I was able to... this spread over here of this person wearing a VR headset is actually... It's the same actor as this one here. So much fun. Using stock photography was so much fun, y'all. And here we have Dr. P. And Dr. P, of course, gives you the move that everyone loves, being able to build Gestalt parts. Speaking of the Gestalt parts, this is probably as good time as any to switch over to the mecha parts. So I'm also gonna come clean. There we go. There they are. Oh, here's the first set of parts. It looks so good. Now I will say that this is 3 sheets mostly because I'm giving you the option of a flipped version for every arm, so you can have it on either end. I had a lot of fun drawing these mecha parts. And it's been really fun seeing people reacting to the designs. I believe it was a Dreamer? Was it Dreamer? Was it Fade Leaf or Dreamer? No, it was Dreamer pointing out that the Hunter body looks like he has the keyhole top surgery. That was fully intentional, and I'm happy that they spotted that. That made me very happy. Again, I wanted very obviously queer imagery in the mechs. One of the things that I'm not super happy with is that in order to make the scale of the mechs make sense, the bodies have to be pretty small on the carts. But that's life. What you gonna do? Now, the following may come as a surprise to all of you, but I am a fool and a dummy dum-dum. I postponed designing all of what the mechs actually did until like the day before the book came out. And I know what you're thinking, Maxi, that's foolish. How could you do this, Maxi?
It should have been me.
Well, I'm an idiot. Well, see, the thing you're forgetting is like I'm a dummy dum-dum. I'm a dummy dum-dum with who has a very, very small brain. So watch me at like 2 in the morning, the day of the jam finishing for me. I'm literally designing all of the mechs. Thankfully, I had notes and ideas of what I wanted them to do, but yeah, maybe next time I will design them in advance. I will say that I feel like with the mecha parts, you can design them in 2 ways. You either design what they do and then draw them, or what I ended up doing instead, in which I drew them first and then I designed what they did instead. I had a lot more fun doing that, but I understand why other designers would rather not have that be the case. I definitely understand that. One of the elements that I wanted to make very clear is that I didn't want Peony and Olympia, the starter body parts, to feel as though they are starter parts that, like, once you upgrade them, you're never gonna use them ever again. I didn't really like that. So I made a point to make them kind of good. It's not a mecha game without a Gurren Lagann reference? Huh? A Gurren Lagann reference? Shut up! Shut up! This is not a Gurren Lagann reference. It just happened. It's a quinkydink, okay? It's a quinkydink, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So this is not in the book itself, but every mecha part is named after a member of the movement who died. That's why they don't match. There will be mechs that are the entire body, have one consistent naming, But yeah, if you think Octavia and Dominic are part of the same mech, they're actually not. They're named after two unique people. There's a whole line in the original draft that didn't make it into the full book, which talked about how Dr. P learned that a member of the movement was etching the names of fallen members into their bullets. And Dr. P thought that was interesting, but wholly ineffective. So instead of naming a single bullet after a member of the movement, Dr. P was like, we will name the Gestalt parts instead. And I wanted each mecha part, the back of the mecha card, having a Nier / Drakengard style like mini story telling you about the member they're named after. There was not enough time to get there. There was not enough time. Maybe we'll get there someday, but that was the intention, in case you're wondering. There were originally gonna be like 16 little stories in the back of every single card. It was the idea. There simply was not enough time. So when I designed out the different parts, I wanted them to be inherently different. For instance, Peony is the only one that can spend etch to just literally add to a dice roll. And I found it to be interesting. And I thought that one element that would make the game harder, I think, in a good way, is that if players will immediately buy new mecha parts. And that's fine. I want you to buy new mecha parts. But Peony, Olympia, Garland, and Amanda kind of all work very well together. So by getting rid of one of them, you are effectively making the game harder on yourself. And I'm okay. I actually like that. Honor says it reminds me of the Everest and Lancer. Oh, definitely, for sure. You know, as I mentioned, I read a bunch of TTRPG mecha books to get inspiration to see how they did things differently. And instead of having like again, I said this on Blue Sky. I wanted there to be mecha customization. I'm sorry. I wanted there to be a Metabot style custom robo system where you would choose specific parts of your mech. I wanted that. And I feel like I was able to get there in an effective way. In a different world, maybe I would like the heads and the bodies to be separate from one another. But that's life. That's life. We're gonna just roll with the punches now. And I feel like this gives them more personality. Definitely, Blitz would not exist if it was body and head separately. I very much like Blitz. Is a really, really fun guy. I love him because he has 3 faces. He has the chest skull face, the little camera port, and this line over here makes it look like a face. And then at the very top, there's like a really spiky, like toothy grin, and I like that. I'm sorry. I'm easily amused by my own designs. The other thing is that a part of me, I feel bad about how dirty the drawing for Alistar's legs are. Lots of German, I like it, thank you. I feel bad about how dirty the drawings look, but I think that there's a certain like charm to how rough they look. It makes them look more abstract, which invites the reader in to envision how they would look like in 3D. I think it works, it's fine. Gives it a very rustic industrial feel. Thank you. I very much I didn't want these to look like corporate machines. I wanted them to look, you know, hacked together essentially, you know? And I feel like that was particularly achieved with the Garland and Amanda, which have like data cables poking out. You would definitely not want those segments to be exposed, and yet they are. You know, and like the idea that some of these are like industrial elements put together, like, you know, the chainsaw and the flamethrower, you know. There was a lot of love here. That being said, by the way, one of the upgrades that I want to do to the book is that I would like to make all of these in a different document so you can print them individually. Let me just a new, better document with all the Gestalt parts. That might be a little bit later, but nonetheless. So you manufacture them with Dr. P's. I feel like this is like the most important move in the entire game. Maxi, you call them moves, Maxi. That's right. These are moves. These are essentially moves. And this takes us to the complete inverse. I had so many other ideas for how this spread would look, but I figured, you know what? You have seen the members of the movement, the leaders. There's a format to the way they present themselves. It shows that they're united, they're working together. And I wanted the inverse for when does it end? I wanted the inverse. We have the consistent imagery of a matchstick being used throughout the entirety of the book. I bring it back. We have a female presenting person with a matchstick in their mouth, giving the essence of like, we're still, there's people fighting, you're a member of this movement, but when does it end? And I wanted to address the elephant in the room of like, when do you stop fighting fascists? And the reality is that, I mean, if you want me to just say it so bluntly, as long as there is humanity, there will be people who fall into the trap of hatred, who allow themselves to be bought with promises of wealth and progress for themselves at the expense of others. And I'm not saying that there will always be fascism, but I feel like hoping to defeat this enemy is the wrong approach. We should always be vigilant to be fighting against it. And thus, instead of the game telling you one day you will defeat all of the enemies in the world and there will be peace, instead is you should take care of yourself because that fire that you have is what's keeping us going. We will keep fighting. Yeah, Talkabout! Hello, Talkabout! Yo, holy crap, Kendra! Yo, Kendra just got a membership. Thank you, Talkabout. Thank you for the support. Yo, holy crap. Yo, Siska has a great quote, by the way. Siska says, is humanity intrinsically evil? No, but evil is intrinsically human. I love that. That's getting added as a quote. It's too serious for this stream, but guess what? It's happening. There's gonna be, Siska 2025. Hi, Talkbout. Thank you for the support. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Let me put my face right. Thank you so much once again. Welcome in, dear Talkabout. Oh my god. Kendra is literally that meme of like me at my family's funeral. Me when I'm given a sub to youtube.com/mkirin. His stream looks so different from the last time I checked in. It's been a little while, yeah, but you know what? Here at mkirin.com, that's not true. Here at mkirin-author.com, we like to constantly be improving ourselves and constantly looking towards new ways to be better and improve. Constantly changing is what makes us stronger. Hence why we have captions on the screen now for people who would who use them, who need them. I myself very much love subtitles. Yeah, there it is. There's that sound. Wow, I can't believe that actually played. Yeah, constantly evolving. It does look cool. Thank you. And yeah, speaking of constantly making new things, I recently released a new game, and I'm talking about how I'm gonna be changing it coming up next. I don't know how you manage that. What, the captions? That is actually a feature on OBS, the streaming software that I use. It has an experimental feature called captions. Yeah. And as that was mentioned earlier, I wanted to give them. Yeah. there might be an option in Streamlabs. I don't use it. That seems like a question that Ronnie could answer effectively. And speaking of Ronnie, is Ronnie streaming today? It's Tuesday. Twitch.tv/Moontomes. Is Ronnie streaming today? It's my good friend, Ronnie.
I have to pee.
Thanks, Noobalot. Thanks, Noobalot. Thanks, Noobalot. Shouts to Noobalot, by the way. Shouts to Noobalot. Honestly. Yeah. Oh yeah. Ronnie's doing Cowboys later today. Yeah. At 3 p.m. Ronnie will be playing Cowboys. I strongly recommend checking out Ronnie later today. I have. You know what? You know what? You're right. You're right. Let's put that quote in. The funny thing is that like, I watch Ronnie a lot, and after Ronnie's stream, usually they raid Noob a lot, and so because I end up watching a lot of Noob a lot without meaning to, I've been given subs to Noob a lot's stream often. He doesn't know I exist, but I know he exists, and I know he had to pee, so that's good for him. There we go. All right, moving right along. So I wanted the player to have an off ramp to stop playing the game whenever they feel like they've done enough. Kendra, shut the fuck up, Kendra. Kendra says being gifted subs to a streamer who doesn't know you exist, relatable / JK. Kendra, I very much know you exist. I know you exist so much that I have drawn memes of you. I have drawn icons for Kendra. I have so much Kendra art in my folder, by the way. I have so much Kendra art. I made Kendra a Fugi. I made memes of real life Kendra. This is a real life photo that Kendra sent me that I edited so I could put whatever I wanted on it. This is one of my favorites, by the way. Kendra, my real life friend, someone who I have hugged and kissed in real life. On the forehead, not like that makes a fucking difference. Yeah, yeah. The last time that I sent that meme, Kendra was wearing the same outfit. Also, can we talk about how I gave Kendra their iconic purple face PhD Fugi, by the way? Whenever Kendra talks, the K spins. Can we talk about that incredible move? Now, that being said, I also draw a lot of art for friends. I have a lot of Ronnies in here, by the way. Look at all these Ronnies, by the way. Look at all these Ronnies. Look at all these Ronnies. I also have Nomias in here, by the way, because you're like, hey, where's Nomia, by the way? Yeah, there's Nomia. Right there. Yeah, there's Nomia right there. Alright. And who can forget my beautiful, amazing wife? Anyways, we'll get there. Anyways. Tugboat says, way better at art than me. LOL, I get way too mad when it starts looking bad. You know, we gotta keep at it. It's the only way. Let me tell you, I'm not always happy when I draw art. I'm seldom happy when I draw art. I feel like I almost went on a rant about how unhappy I am with the way some of the mechs came out. Actually, as a matter of fact, where's the image of... Where is the image of... Do I not have it anymore? I don't have it anymore. Okay. I drew the enemy tank wrong, by the way. The first time I drew this SOB, I drew him wrong. So the first time I drew the enemy tank, I drew it so the turret was literally on the leftmost edge. So if you imagined the tank face on, it was imbalanced. So I had to redraw it and move the turret to the center. Sometimes you draw something and you go, why did I do that? I'm looking at this now and there are things I don't like about it, but you know what? How about I don't worry about that? Anyways, all this to say that this bottom line, by the way, is my favorite line in the whole book. It's the kind of hopefulness that I like. In all likelihood, we will not be the ones to reap. Nevertheless, we must sow. A very important line, by the way. A very important line in the tough times we live in. And after this, we have all the mission types. Yeah! We have, there's 4 mission types in the base game. There's culling enemies, which is just about killing as many as you can. Destroy, specifically about destroying buildings. Killing, which is about assassinating a particular member of the retrograde. Hey, you can literally see there's a 1d10. Wow, I can't believe billionaire and CEO are 2 different entries, Maxi. Why did you do that? I don't know. And yes, you don't have to tell me. I know that the box for save is actually broken. I will fix it. It's on the list of things to change. And this takes us to the first enemy front. The United States of Retrograde. All right. People have pointed out before, yes, the drawing for the base enemy was inspired by Advance Wars. I didn't like trace it or anything. I just used the proportions as inspiration because I very much like the way the units looked in Advance Wars. These spreads went through a bunch of different versions, but I love this spread. I love this spread. Let me show you what it looks like without any text on it. Okay. This image it's 2 images together, okay? It is an upside down American flag, and it is a hyper realistic human skull with eyeballs. And when I was assigning the spreads, I was going through the website that I use for gathering all these photos, and I'm like, I like this, I'll use this. I had been saving this image. Trigger warning for a human skeleton, by the way. Trigger warning for blood. Look away from the screen for the next 10 seconds until I play this sound again, okay? Here's the upside down flag. Here's the skeleton that I ended up going for. You can't super see it, but I ended up feeling like it was probably the best course of action. Both of those combined take us here. And Honor points out, I can't help but notice that the president has the same eyeballs. You are correct. You're correct. It's almost as though there's only one thing they see. By the way, the skull is gone. You can now look at the screen, by the way. It's a fake skull anyway. Yeah. So I wanted to kind of have a very clean visual style, and I wanted a little bit of lore for each ones. I had a lot of fun. One of my favorite ones is the one for the cops, by the way. They're pigs, big ol' oinkers. President Retrograde sure loves his bacon. I had too much fun writing that line, by the way. Kendra says my blood is not safe for work stream, but this skull can show blood. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, Kendra. Kendra Purple Face PhD. Okay, fine. Okay, all right. I'll show your face on stream. Kendra's like, Maxi, show my face. I'm so hot. Okay, fine. I'll find you. Punk ass Kendra, thinking I won't show them on stream. Okay, here we go. Okay. Trigger warning for fake blood. If you don't want to see blood, if you don't want to hear blood, if you don't want to see fake blood, wait until I press this sound again. Kendra's like, Maxi won't show how hot I look. Okay, here you go. Save image. Downloads. Save it again. I don't care. Okay. Get ready to see my hot friend Kendra, okay? Kendra's like, Maxi won't show how hot I look. There we go. And Kendra's like, I don't know if I should show this picture on social media. Oh no. Is this image a little bit too extra? Freaking Kendra Purple Face PhD in fucking chat. I can't believe you would be like. Hey. Fury asks, did you make the chainsaw yourself? Yes, they did. Kendra is so extra. They made the chainsaw themselves, by the way. Yeah, it's crazy. Kendra's crazy. That's Kendra, by the way. Boom, there you go. Look how hot Kendra looks, by the way. And then they're like, I don't know if I should post this on social media. Anyways, the blood is now off. So this spread is followed by the last 4 enemies. The robot cops, the sniper cops, the martyr tank, and the Aegis. I'm not gassing you up, I'm just pointing out the obvious, okay? Yeah, Honor pointed out, by the way, that the blood splatter was actually pretty tasteful. That's fair, that's fair. So there was, or in the original draft for the book, there was a line that I wanted to be in there, and I couldn't find a place to say it. So I just made a whole spread. I made a whole spread just for this particular line. Because I was thinking about giant robot fiction. And giant robot fiction exists in a context where you at least from, if you are Maxi, if your name is Kirin, also known as Maxi, you question why things exist within the fiction. So I had to, when I was designing this game, I had to ask myself, why are there giant robots? Why aren't we just building tanks instead? And it reminded me that, like, in mecha, the robots exist as a justification to fight bigger threats. In DSM, the Gestalt exists because Dr. P knows what the regime is building next, and is basically using their technology before they get to it. That's where they exist. But I kept thinking to myself about how it would make more sense, and it would be easier to explain if there were just giant monsters from space. And it got me to, and that particular line, you know, it would be easier to explain the mecha if there were giant monsters from space. And it got me thinking about the nature of fascism as the enemy in the book. And it made me realize that the truth was also, the line also applied to that, you know? And I'm thinking about living through unprecedented times, and how I personally wish that maybe it would be, you know, life would be easier if the enemy we're fighting wasn't other people. You know, if the enemy, the people who want to take away our rights and kill us, were instead giant monsters from space, it would be a lot easier to be like, well, we can't possibly comprehend why they want us dead. We can't comprehend why they want us to die. And I kept coming back to this line. It would be so much easier if our enemies were giant monsters from space. We wouldn't have to understand them. We wouldn't have to, you know, we wouldn't have to empathize with them. But the reality is that our enemy is not giant monsters from space. And Siska is correct, by the way. Like mechanically speaking, in real life, giant robots are a goddamn disaster. But they're cool, and that you know, and I love giant robots. Now, Honor makes a really good point, actually. Honor says, for what it's worth, tanks and realistic war machines are dehumanizing. Mechas look like humans. It's easier to kill something that doesn't look like us. At least that's how I've always seen it. No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Kitty, I just saw your text. Oh, let me actually, my face tracking is broken. There we go. I saw your text. There we go. I can check Yanto's food when I'm done. Unless you want me to just run out and... I think he has food, though. I think his bag of food is outside. Like in the living room, I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure it's pretty heavy. I don't think Yanto needs more food. Don't mind me and Kitty just doing, you know... Just, we're back on our wife shit. By the way, if you would like to read the whole poem, there it is right there for you to enjoy. I very much like this spread. And like... a person might think, oh, is this spread hinting that there will be a DSM supplement with giant aliens from space that we fight? No, but maybe. And I wanted the final spread to be incredibly easy, and here we are. What's next? The spread asks, and Kirin answers it. There we go. A part of me, I wonder if I was a little bit too loud in here, but I have to trust in my own self. I wanted to outwardly ask for support, because I feel like asking for support is seen as a dirty thing to do. And this is a dirty book, so I figure I might as well do the dirty thing as well. You know, I've been talking through the entirety of the book about doing the nasty, so I figured I would do the nasty at the end. Siska. So there you go. Thankfully, not a lot of notes in the later part of the book. I'm definitely thinking that I could leave these guys as the base enemies for whenever you want to do missions that are not part of a campaign, and maybe we'll make that big campaign as the first like sample. I think that feels fair. So we have a list here of things that need to be fixed and things that need to be changed, and that's good. We completed the day's mission. Our mission was to figure out what happens next, including things that are not related to DSM. And here we are. Let me hit us with a little bit of a yeah. There we go. We have completed this mission. And definitely, much like I completed my mission, Kendra definitely replied to that text, right, Kendra? Right, Kendra? You replied to that text you had to reply to, right, Kendra? Okay. Kendra says, I'm working on the next one. Perfect. There we go. And I'm back. I'm laying back in bed. Oh my god. Honor says the boss of the retrograde campaign is a Statue of Liberty. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? I'm definitely gonna do. I mentioned this before. I'm gonna do all the design stuff for DSM on stream. So you know, if you would like to, you know, be part of the design process, you're, you know, tune into more streams. I am thinking, as I mentioned on the schedule, by the way, my next design stream will be Friday. This coming Friday, I'll be doing some more work on DSM. I want to finish the cover art. I made a new cover art. Kendra says demote me from stream main character today. Nah. I showed your real face. You're still the main character. Let me show you how far we got, by the way. So, I last stream, last Friday, I think. I forget which day. I started drawing this an illustration in the style of a Gundam, like a model kit box, kind of like that. And you know, we got through a large part of the drawing process. Definitely, this arm here needs to be changed. But otherwise, you know, we're making progress. I would like the store page to be a little bit more flashy than this. So that's I gotta make this big piece of art. I might make it off stream, so we can do the sign process and fixing the book live on stream. We'll see. Either way, next DSM will be on the 28th. Now, if you're like, Maxi, I gotta have more DSM. Tomorrow on Nomia's stream at 3 p.m. PST, I will be walking my friend Nomia Vikshi through Deus Sex Machina, and we'll be doing some missions. I'll be teaching my friend how to play. And we'll play, and we'll literally just play the game together. So if that sounds fun, please consider checking that stream out. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. PT. Also known as 25 hours from now. On the 27th, I'll be doing a Supermarket Together collab with some friends. D&D with the Blue Lamp and Siska's campaign on Saturday. And Monster Hunter with my friends on Sunday. Big streams this week. Back to streaming. Back to doing stuff. And No Bullet's back. I guess he did pee. Good for him. And that's it. Which means that we have 16 minutes left of the stream for dailies. That's right, the segment of the stream where we do games we can only play today. So, let's do Guess the Game. Let's do Guess the Game. Welcome to Guess the Game, where we guess the game by guessing what game it is. So let's see what game this is. Is this... This looks like a game. This looks like a game. Wow, Maxi, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, Maxi. This is probably an RTS. This is probably an RTS of some... It's FNAF? I don't think it's FNAF. Kendra, there has never been an outside shot in a FNAF game. You're silly. Wait. I thought this was like greenery. That's a text. Is this... That building in the back looks way too big for it to be like Warblade. That's clearly a title of like what town that is. That thing in the distance looks clearly like a sci-fi building. Let's just throw something in there. Let's just throw oh, you know, let's put Mountain Blade. I don't think it's Mountain Blade, but let's just put Mountain Blade in there. It is Mountain Blade? Huh? Holy crap. Yo, shoutouts to Honor. Shoutouts to Honor. I wouldn't have known from this screenshot. Okay, I would have known from this screenshot. Yeah, I would have known from this screenshot. Literally, okay, I would have known from this reticle. Wow, that's funny. What the hell is this thing in the distance? Is that a banner? It's a banner! It's the green text. Oh, that's funny. I like that. Let's do Pokedoku. Let me actually hide my screen for a second so I don't have to, you know, be concerned that I'm maybe... No. There it is. This. Okay. I'm gonna open Pokedoku, where we do Sudoku backwards. Pokedoku. And, Game Do. We'll do those three. Alright, so, welcome to Pokedoku. Hello? Hello? Ah, there we go. Welcome to Pokedoku, the game where we do Sudoku backwards, but it's Pokemon. So we need Hisui Pokemon, first starters, first partner, and legendary. A partner Pokemon that's flying? What the hell does that mean? There's no partner Pokemon that are flying. Charizard? But that's not a okay, you know what? What's a first partner? Okay, it's okay. You guys are right, by the way. The Decidueye is not flying though. Honor, the Decidueye is the Pokemon you're thinking of that's not flying. This has got to be Charizard. It's like the only one. Okay. Hisuian Pokemon that's flying. That's Hisuian Bravery. And a legendary Pokemon that's flying type. That's literally could be anything. Is Rowlet flying? I thought Rowlet was just grass. Well, a grass Pokemon that's a first partner. Well, that's clearly Chikorita, the Bean. And a first partner that's Ghost. That's going to be Hisuian Typhlosion. Wrong answer. Okay. All right. Okay. Wow, Kendra's very passionate about Pokemon. A legendary flying Pokemon. Isn't that just... I mean... There's a lot. But I think it should be Lugia. Lugia is flying psychic, isn't it? Yeah. Even though I think it should be like Psychic Water, but whatever. Okay. Yeah, he's the Lord of the Seas, but whatever. Make him flying type. I don't care. Kitty, I'm so sad. Why would Maxi hurt me like this? I love you, Kendra. Sorry. I don't know what I did, but I'm sorry. Hisui Ghost. That's going to be Pokemon that everyone believes is actually what is it called? Zoroark Hisui. There you go. Turtwig. Oh, it could have been. I could have had Turtwig. Yeah, you're right. You're right. A Hisuian grass Pokemon. What about Voltorb? Paper Ball. A legendary grass Pokemon. You're thinking of Celebi, who is grass psychic, by the way. Not. Huh? Celebi's not grass? Oh, it's a mythical. God damn it. God damn it. Celebi's mythical. This is heartbreaking. Oh, I hate that. Ugh. A legendary ghost. Lunala. Lunala is ghost type. I'm heartbroken, man. I'm heartbroken. This is. No one's ever had it worse than me. This sucks. This sucks, man. Shisoro arc on his Yui till he Voltorb? Siska, what are you talking about? Alright, welcome to Game Law, where we guess games by guessing the game. Here's the game cover. Excuse me? Isn't this like Clubhouse games for the DS? What is this? What, like, this looks like a collection of games, clearly, right? Unless it's Side Pocket. No one remembers Side Pocket for me, but me. It's Wii Party games? It's Wii Party. Okay, yeah, you're right. It's not Wii Party! What is like, it's like Mom Hit My Game or something? Is it Mom Hit My Game? No? I love you, Siska. I too love Low-Ted and Whiscash. It's Wii something. Is it We Play? Wow, it's We Play. We did it. Okay. Can we guess a game by looking at the artwork? Okay, so this is a roguelike game where you are a bunch of furry animals with guns. It's something called Reborn. It's Gunfire Reborn. Yeah, there you go. All right. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you, that title does not really match like the aesthetic, by the way. Can I guess a game by its keywords, though? The keywords for today are radio, Android, puzzles, and cyberpunk. This could be anything. I'm gonna go for Bioshock, though. Deep lore, pixel art, text logs. This is Signalis. Got him. You think I wouldn't know Signalis, a game I have never played? You think I wouldn't recognize a game I have never once touched? And now time for the main dish. Can we guess a game by guessing other games to guess the game? And here, guess the game by game those games guess the game. In honor of my wife, whomst I love, I will guess Kitty's favorite game, Nier Replicant. Fury says every lesbian I know will not let me avoid Signalis. Hell yeah. So, here we have before us, it's a video game. It's a game. It's single player only. It is before 2010. It is not on the PS3. It is not role-playing or hack and slash beat 'em up. Fellas, I'm ruined. I only know RPGs. It is not by Square Enix. It is either third person, side view, or text. I'm gonna assume it's third person. I'm gonna have to assume it's a third person game. A platformer, perhaps. Ooh, a platformer. Okay, it could be a platformer actually. It's a single player it's a single player game from before 2010. That's right. And before, people in chat are like, "That's before I was born." If you were born in 2010, please tell me. Please tell me so I can ban you. If you were born in 2010, you're 15 years old. Get banned, bozo. This stream is not daycare. So a platformer game from let's try a classic. Let's try Sunshine. Let's try Super Mario Sunshine. It's a third person game. It is not a platformer. It is not Nintendo. So I might consider doing a Sony. It is between 2003 and 2009. It's probably a PS2 game. A PS2 Sony platformer. It's gotta be Crash Bandicoot something. What about Crash Bandicoot 4? Wait, that's the new one, isn't it? Okay, I forgot that during the PS2 era, Sony didn't really put out Crash games. What, like a Sly Cooper? Could this be a Sly Cooper? Is it perhaps Sly Cooper Thieves in Time? Wrath of Cortex was on the PS2? Okay. Oh, that's right, it's not a platformer. Oh yeah. So, let's look at the themes, okay? It's not science fiction because it gets canceled out over here. Drama, fantasy, and open world. Not Sony either. It's not stealth, not historical, not comedy, not sandbox. A fantasy platformer? Well, it's not Sony, so it can't be medieval. Oh, that's probably like 1997? It could be, it's probably a racing game. You know what, Dale? I'm gonna give you a Forza Motorsport original. It is, in fact, not a racing game. Enclave? What's Enclave? It is not on the list of games. My poor wife brain. Yep. Well, I've been talking for 3 hours straight. You're gonna have to cut me some slack. You know, look at that look at that slack. I want you to get yourself a big old pair of scissors and cut me a chunk of that. Halo? Halo is a first-person game. It's a third-person game from between 2003 and 2004. That's the year I came to the United States. That's the year you did what, Maxi? It's a third-person game from literally that time, huh? A third-person game. It's not Spider-Man 2? I mean, it could be Spider-Man 2. It is not. It's not Activision, it's not Xbox, it's not Sony, it's not Nintendo, it's not a Square Enix. What are we left with? Sega? So, this game is... It's an Xbox game from 2003. Okay. Wait, but it's an Xbox game that wasn't Xbox Microsoft Game Studios. Wasn't Fable owned? Actually, you know what? It can't be Fable because it's not an RPG. So it's not Fable. An Xbox game. Original Xbox game that's third person, single player. You know what? Hit me with the one-time clue because we're absolutely dry here. It's a puzzle adventure game. Third person puzzle adventure game on the Xbox. What, like Viva Pinata? It is not Viva Pinata. That was 360. An adventure puzzle game on the PC and Xbox. Love you, kitties. See you later, love. Bye-bye. Love ya. Such a weird time for Xbox games. I mean, like, I remember the Xbox. I'm old. I remember the Xbox. So I'm thinking... Sorry, my faces are all messed up. There we go. There's my face now. Xbox games from this era. I'm thinking a lot about like beat 'em ups. Like, you know, Microsoft was trying to get games on their system and be like, look, we're different. A puzzle game. Prince of Persia? I mean, honestly, Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Sands. It is not Prince of Persia. It is not Ubisoft. I feel like we gotta try a Sega, man. Wasn't the Dreamcast not dead in 2003, though? Because I feel like why would there be a Sega game on the Xbox if... Sorry, in my head, I start to hear the main theme of Jet Set Radio Future. Understand, 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 understand the concept of love. It's not Jet Set Radio. It couldn't be. It couldn't be. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, so it's not Xbox, it's PC. Scooby-Doo Mystery Mayhem? Okay, it's not even Xbox. We're lost. It's 2003 PC third-person puzzle adventure game. A PC puzzle adventure game? From what? Battle for Bikini Bottom? You know what? Silent Hill 3? Oh, Kitty missed. Oh, no. Oh, Kitty picked a bad time to log off. Oh, okay. Wait, what? What? It's a puzzle game? It's on PC? Wait, hold up. Sorry, my huh? Huh? Silent Hill 3 is on PC? I thought it was only PS2. And I guess PS3 through that terrible remake. Wow, I would have never gotten there. We were so lost. We were so lost. Anyways, fellas, this marks the end of the stream. I would like to thank you so much for joining me today. Yeah, puzzle is also a really weird genre for this, yeah. Yeah, no. Honor is correct. I wouldn't describe this game as puzzle, yeah. It wasn't even adventure, it was just puzzle. The options are adventure, arcade, card and board game, fighting, hack and slash, beat 'em up, indie, MOBA, music, pinball, platform, point and click, puzzle, quiz, trivia, racing, RTS, RPG, shooter, simulator, sports, strategy, tactical, TBS, and visual novel. I would say that the combat at least makes it hack and slash, honestly. I mean, horror is a theme for sure, but that's weird. Anyways, thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a lovely, lovely rest of your day. Don't forget, if you would like to support the stream, consider doing so by going to itch.io and buying my games. Alternatively, consider going to coffee.com/mkirin and buying me some chicken nuggets. I would very much appreciate that. Also, the price of Maxi Stonk is closing today at a price of... Let's see if we get the read on what the price for Stonks is right now. If my good friend decides to... Oh, it's Maxi Stonks! Okay, Maxi Stonks. The price for Maxi Stonks is closing today. The market is closing today at 20 saps a pop. Wow. You know what? People who bought in early, that's good. Good thinking buying Maxi Stonks early. The Maxi Stonk is now worth 20 saps, by the way. It opened the market at 10 saps, so we have doubled in value. If you purchased a Maxi Stonk at opening price, you have now doubled your money. But nonetheless, I'll be back tomorrow on Nomia's stream. Please consider checking that out. And a silly stream on Thursday. Until then, thank you for joining me. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me. And I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye. Beep boop.
Wonderful.